Chat, what the heck were we working on? Let me give you guys a little tour of the farm. I'm going to show you just to kind of get me back in the swing of things here too. Let's do a little tour of the farm, and I'll show you what we've been working on over the last couple of episodes, I guess. Have they already released the new construction sim? Oh, no. That comes like later this year, I think. I think they're aiming for like a November release or something like that. You know what else we need? We need some gas. Let's go get some gas first. And then we'll do a little tour of the farm and see what's happening. No, new construction sim. Yeah, I think that comes out end of this year was the date that they were going for. I'm pumped for that, dude. That one's gonna be a solid game. Okay. Can't remember, it's been so long. I know, I can't remember either. It's been so long since we played. I cannot remember what we're working on. Last time we played, we were playing with Austin, so it wasn't even on this save. Oh, I can't buy gas because I don't have any money. Okay. Well, you know what? We don't need gas anyways. Gas is overrated. Everyone's going electric. We don't need fuel for this thing. This thing's electric. Ignore that. That's the extra electricity coming out the top. Don't worry about that at all. Does this have a bad dead zone again? Are my dead zones reset? My dead zones are reset. How could they do this to me? Why did it reset the dead zones? Hold on. Where is my wait, where's my oh. Farm stick. Handbrake. No. 14%. That's no good. 2%? 1%. Try that. I changed a bunch of settings on the wheel, so oh, it's got the new pedals on there since we played last two. Okay, that actually makes sense. Do you play Forza 6? Yes, we will be playing Forza Horizon 6 tomorrow, by the way. So if you want to either get in for the first time or join us to knock out the festival playlist, we will be doing multiplayer Forza Horizon 6 tomorrow to knock out the festival stuff. I was gone for the weekend, so I know it's like almost at the end of the season, but I haven't done it yet. So we're gonna go knock those out. I have also progressed the campaign quite a bit too. So we are almost at our, I think we're almost, I got the orange wristband, I think. I got my gold stamp, but I got the orange wristband, I believe. I know I'm polluting the earth. That's correct. I know I posted that Operator Wars in the Discord and you saw it, but what was your thoughts on playing for family game night or a special stream? Well, like, do we have to sync it up? Like, is that just something I could download and play, or is that something that guy hosts and we have to go, like, you know, try out or register for it or something like that? Because it wouldn't make a good, like, full family game night day. Each run is like a couple of minutes, but I thought it looked like a ton of fun, to be honest with you. Big driving wheel keeping the man down by changing dead zones. Yes, exactly. Hard-working farmers out here, and big steering wheel is trying to ruin it for us. Vogget, thank you for the follow. RK, thanks for the follows on TikTok. What next level cockpit do you have? This is a GT Elite. Absolutely fantastic. Once you have an Elite, I don't think you have to get anything else unless you want to, like, build one. But, like, the Elite has been incredible, dude. Okay. So this is our latest pea field. We just did this for the first time. We just harvested this for the first time. All peas. This is, how many acres of peas is this? This is 13 acres of peas that we just harvested here. It took us like an entire stream. We actually ended up counting frozen peas for some reason while harvesting this field, but we haven't sold any of this yet. So this went into processing. Nothing's been sold. I think we're basically just waiting for it to process. I'm out of money, so I do need more money because I need gas. I'm gonna need workers for the spinach. It's a little rough right now, so I think that's what we have to sort out first is our money issues. And then these are peas over here. So I replanted the original 3 fields. Those are now all spinach. Sorry, I think I said peas. Those are now entirely spinach. So we've got 2 different crops going right now. I'll just balance out the production a little bit. Yeah. Big steering wheel doesn't know what they're doing. That I actually agree with that. McGabby, thank you for the 130 stream streak. So how long until we get to the insane tractor? We're kind of there. We'll probably use them today. So last stream before last, I used the biggest tractor we've ever used. I'll show you what we used. We used a Ford. Those are good discounts. We used a Ford 976, I think. Yeah, we used this one here to prep that field of peas. This one was awesome. I'm gonna buy this at some point, probably this year, but I also need to I may need to rent it one more time, because when we reset the spinach and the peas here, we're gonna need some big boy equipment. Okay, let's make sure our production is all set. I think we're just ready to sleep, but let's make sure our productions are all set here so that we can get out of debt in the next month. Our problem right now is, because of that land, we're actually in an insane amount of debt, and the monthly costs are kind of insane right now. Blue Sky Davis, welcome in as well, guys. Okay, so it's full of peas, it's full of spinach. Okay, full of peas, full of spinach. Yes, we're good. Peas, 50,000 in there. Okay, wow, 50,000. And spinach is in there. Okay, does this have water? This has water, very nice. And I think that's all we can do. We just have to hope that's gonna pay off our stuff. Okay, sounds good. Happy Men's Mental Health Month, Sparks. Happy Men's Mental Health and happy Pride Month to you, Sausage. That's awesome. Welcome in. Okay, so I don't think the spinach is right. We can sleep, right? I'm scared to sleep because it's so expensive right now. Just started farm sim for the first time in 2 months. How do I play this game? Oh my god, dude. I know, coming back after a long time is crazy. It's growing. I think it's fine. Is it fertilized? Because it needs to be fertilized every month too. Hold on. Let's just check its nitrogen levels. That seems good. Was this fertilized? I think it's been fertilized. I think it's been growing for a month. Let's just sleep and see what happens. We are going to owe a lot of people a lot of money, but that's totally fine. Flawless Sean, thank you for the follows on TikTok, guys. Appreciate that. Welcome in. Okay, let's go 6 a.m. and see what happens. Dad told us yesterday, Sparks, you got lost. We didn't get lost. We did go through, because we went from Hinton to Calgary. I know this is not going to be relatable to 99% of you, but you could either go through the mountains or you could go on the main roads. And Amy and I went through the mountains. So we took an extra long drive. It was lovely. We stopped for lunch in Banff and had a great time. It was nice to break up the drive a little bit, and we did eventually make it home with a little bit of time to spare, which was good. What do you do if Big Maple Syrup hands a ton of maple syrup to you? You sell it. What kind of question is that? You're clearly not a Canadian, because if you were a Canadian, you would have known. All right, we got to get out of debt. First things first. Oh, let's check the spinach. Wait, one sec. Let's just check the spinach first. Oh, it needs another month. I'm just going to let it go then. I'm just going to let it go a little bit longer. Because if we don't actually need to do anything, then that is fine. How do you get all the old machinery? Just check the mod hub. I'll tell you which ones are good in a second. I'll show you the 2 that I've got. There's actually 3 that I really like. I'll show you. Go for another sleep. Finally got Farm Sim 25. Hell yeah, dude. Enjoy. I hope you're enjoying it. Can't believe you skip out of Men's Mental Health Month. That kind of stuff is what? Oh, skip day 1 of Men's Mental Health Month. I'm sorry. I was taking care of my mental health and driving through the mountains, which I think actually damaged my mental health, considering how bad Albertans are at driving in the mountains. But it might have been worse for mine, to be honest with you. Okay, spinach is ready to go. You know what? We're only paying about $2,000 a month in money. I thought we were in worse shape than that. We're actually not. We're not doing too bad. It's gonna spawn something behind me when I drive in there. Yep, it's gonna spawn canned peas. We're gonna do this the smart way, like this. Yeah, you can get your mods from itch.io. Itch.io and King mods are kind of like the most well-known, so they're pretty safe. Obviously, they're not as safe as the mod hub, but they're pretty safe. Most well-known for sure. Honestly, this save is just all mod hub stuff, and most of it's even console compatible, because I just really wanted a few old tractors. I wanted a new map that we hadn't played before, and I wanted the hand tools as well, and all of that is mod hub console compatible stuff, so it's pretty good. Nadenthal, the map is Nadenthal. Canadian map, just absolutely fantastic. And we'll sell these for, this will get us this stack of 4. In fact, one of these pallets of peas would get us out of debt. Now we'll check if we're actually going to sell all of them. It does depend on how bad the prices are right now. But we might just sell what we need to hire some workers and be happy with that. We are getting an insane amount of rain down here. Yeah, we are. We were driving nonstop in the rain yesterday, pretty much since Banff. And then, holy chat, we just made 30K on that stack that I just put in there right now. Plus these. Okay, I don't need more than that, so I'm gonna leave it as is for now. 20,000 bucks. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we've been getting an insane amount of rain. It's still raining. It's raining right now. It's been raining for like 4 days straight, dude. I'm gonna build an arc here in a minute. Do we need to reload this with peas, or is it gonna be okay? It's gonna be okay. Spinach and peas are gonna be okay overnight. All right, let's get these AI going on their fields here, and then I might start renting equipment to start prepping that other stuff. Well, I kind of have to babysit these guys. Okay, these need to be... Oh, this is repaired. Okay, I'm gonna take this guy out first. What wheel joystick do you use? I'm using a T598 right now. I'm testing. It's a direct drive wheel from Thrustmaster. I'm testing it right now. I've got a review on the way. I'm just going to do a little bit more tinkering around with this, and then I'll get you a review on that one. And then these are the SimTask farm sticks, the good old classic farm sticks. Flawless in cars. Thanks for the follows on TikTok, guys. I appreciate that. My Giants code still works. Yeah, if you're going to buy any DLC, or if you're going to buy Farm Sim 25 on PC, get it from the Giants site. Use my Giants code. It does help me out a ton. And yes, it does still work. Okay, we don't want to skip lines, right? Because we're picking them up. No skip lines. I'm going to go a little bit later so the sun comes up just a touch more. Get some sunlight in here. Do you have the new John Deere DLC? There's a John Deere DLC. There was a John Deere update to the game. It wasn't paid. Like, it's not a DLC. They just added John Deere, more John Deere stuff to the game. Is that what you're talking about? That just got added to the game, though. It's just update your game and it's in. New DLC would be sick, though. Andy, thank you for the 270 stream. Karma, welcome in as well. Good to have you. You just used it. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Work headlands, start with headlands, skip line 0. We'll do this right for the first time ever. And these are all repaired? I guess I repaired these last time. That was smart. And then we got to go get our spinach unloaded from these guys. Once we get in the flow, we'll be good. We'll be good. That's what you meant? Yeah. It's just a free update. Oh, Man Bun is back. Man, that guy. All right, let's grab our... You know what? Should I use this tractor? I'm gonna go... Let's go gas it up while we wait, actually. I don't think... I was gonna use the other tractor just to save on maintenance on this one, but honestly, this tractor is so cheap. It really doesn't cost us that much to maintain. Technically, it would be better to use a smaller one, but, like, doesn't matter. It's like one's $10 to repair, one's $12 to repair. No, those bees aren't making us any money. You know what those bees are doing? Is they're increasing our yield on our flowering crops, so our peas. That's about all the bees are doing right now. They don't actually make us any cash. I'm going to actually either move those ones or add new ones to closer to where the peas are. That is all they're doing right now. I think they've been working on the same pallet of honey since the start of the game, to be honest with you. I just added them because I had some spare cash, basically. I know, not Man Bun guy. Are you kidding me, dude? That's crazy. I think we just posted that clip, actually. I think the Man Bun clip is out. Sparx, don't read this, chat. We should start talking about random things without context and see how confused Sparx gets. You guys already do that. You say it like you're doing something new to prank me. You do that every single day. Actually, you specifically do that every single day. No, I'm on to you. You made that plan years ago. Sparks, I said don't read it. I'm going to read it. It's in my chat. I'm going to read it. It's my job, dude. Yeah, let's move this out of here. Uh-oh. Open that up. What map is it? What challenge did you start? So this is Nadenthal, Manitoba. It's a Canadian map, and the challenge was to start with really hardcore conditions, a bunch of hardcore rules, as well as hand tools only to start. And we have made it incredibly far. This has been one of my favorite playthroughs. I'm pretty sure I say it every playthrough that it's one of my favorite playthroughs, but I swear to God, this is one of my favorite playthroughs. Just absolutely fantastic. It is a Manitoba license plate. Yeah, because we are in Manitoba, and they did even do the Manitoba license plates, which is pretty sick, to be honest with you. BC's out. Thanks for the follow on TikTok there. Appreciate that. Okay, I think we're just going to give her an unload real quick. We'll go pick that back up just so we can start grabbing spinach from these guys. Grassman, thanks for that follow on TikTok. Appreciate that. Did I miss Timmy? Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I think I missed yours, dude. Welcome in. And Zonder, thanks for the follow on TikTok. When I tried to download my mods on my Xbox, they download halfway and then they just stop downloading. I think that happens when your Xbox doesn't have enough space on the hard drive. I think that's usually what that is, but that's what it is, right? I don't think it can be anything else. That's what it is. If you don't have enough space on your hard drive, then I think that's what happens. That's not a mod conflict when you're downloading. Snake, thank you for the 85 stream streak on Twitch. Holy crap, dude, that's crazy. Sparx, any more days off that we need to be made aware of? Yes, Friday and Tuesday of next week. I might just switch Tuesday and Monday for next week, so it's not an extra day, but this Friday I'm gone too. We're getting back into like that busy season, so there's some extra missing days here. Did she just do nothing at all? Hi, can you do some work here real quick? Maybe let's take the spinach, see if that helps. Hi Beezer, welcome in. Okay, let's try that. And then Amy goes back to work next week, so I'll be able to do some like overtime and stuff like that once she goes back to work. Because otherwise, I have to sit in my house and experience the crushing loneliness. So I'd rather do some overtime. Wait, Sparks has a job? I thought he played games all day. Oh no, this is my job. This just also has less fun parts. Unfortunately, I can't just play games all day. There's boring parts of my job as well. That's the part that gets busy. Like right now, in this exact moment, there are 5 videos that are out. Nope, 7. There are 7 videos that are out for editing or review. And that like sometimes they just all come back at once. Like on, I think it was Friday, all of the videos came back for like review, and some scripts came back from some brands and stuff like that, ready to be made. And then it's like, I just surprised 12 hours of work, which is okay. Like I set myself up for that, but you never really know what your day is going to look like. And then yesterday, because it was Monday, I was like, oh, all this stuff that I sent to brands and got back from editors over the weekend, my Monday's going to be super, super busy. And then nothing. There's nothing to do on Monday. It's such a weird feeling. It's very unpredictable, to be honest with you. Right, let's go back and get that first one again. Good. Now you know how we feel when you take a week off. I know how you feel when I take a week off. I'm well aware. You guys do let me know. It is certainly not a secret. That's for sure. Farmville. Yeah, this is basically just Farmville 2. Same game. You go. Honestly, with how high maintenance these workers are, it does feel like Farmville, honestly. Then the other one is at 80%. They just get caught up when I actually have to go empty this. I have to get a bigger trailer. We hate when you take days off. I know you hate when I take days off. I'm so sorry. I try not to do it. Like I take as few off as I possibly can, in all fairness. And then I try and make it up if I ever have extra time and I can stream extra long. I do stream extra long. I hope that's good enough. My dream is still to like just stream for 8 hours a day. Like that would be so nice to just be able to do that. We're kind of I'm not gonna say getting there, but we're making progress towards that because the YouTube videos have been doing really well, and they're just recorded streams. Like that's all they are. They're just streams. And so I mean, frankly, if those did really well, that's all I would need to mostly just stream all day. Honestly, I'd still have to do maybe the occasional short, or something like that. But I would just be able to stream, send off videos to editors, and repeat. That'd be so good, dude. Subathon every stream, every day. Truman Show, basically. That's all we want from you. That might be asking a lot, but it would be fun. Now it's time to make Dad retire. Now we got to make Dad retire. That's correct. We'll get him there now. He's actually, I think he started his VOD channel on YouTube as well. That's been insanely successful for us. I think he has started a VODs channel as well. So that's a really good sign. Because those are around forever. Once they're posted, they are there forever, which is amazing. We actually now have, and this feels very weird to say, but shout out to our YouTube community, because we actually have people in our community that only exist on YouTube, which is a weird thought, because I always think of like Twitch and the TikTok stream as like the main community, and then there's people that watch the VODs and people in Discord, but now there's people just like entirely on YouTube, which is crazy to me. Crash, thank you for the hydrate. I gotcha. It would be so bad if other people I watch stream when you take it. It wouldn't be so bad if that happened. I know, we gotta stop synchronizing. I guess TwitchCon EU this weekend probably meant everybody was gone, which I guess happens. That was pretty good timing. Just cut her off right there. Oh, she's like full, dude. Give me that. Thank you. If you're fast, oops. If you're fast, when they push that box back, they actually start dumping more of their hold in there. But it's a really tough thing to get them to do. Is this still against Austin? No, this is our solo playthrough. So the game against Austin is on Thursdays. That is actually on this same map, but it's in a different part of the map. And that is on Thursdays. Currently, I think there's 3 or maybe 4 episodes of that one posted. I think there's 4 episodes posted now. And so you can watch that one on YouTube, and then the next live one will be on Thursday. TN, thanks for that follow on TikTok. Did you help Dad fix his links for mobile? I thought we did. Somebody had asked me how to do it, and I thought we had got it to the point where it was working, because you just have to throw it in a bit.ly link. And you're good to go. The other guy's ready to go too. Oh my god, I can barely keep up with the spinach guys. And then after this, we could just give it a good cultivate. You want to cultivate now? If we chat, what happens if we cultivate now? We'll have to spray. Should I cultivate in the fall or should I cultivate in the spring? If I cultivate in the fall, then I can spray in the spring and then plant, which I think might get rid of all the visual weeds, because I just hate the look of the, if you kill them with herbicide, then they're dead, whatever, but it might get rid of all the visual weeds to do it that way. I'm gonna cultivate in the spring or in the fall and see what happens. I'm gonna see if that's any good. Try it a little differently this year. It depends where you live. There's no real answer to cultivating in the spring versus the fall. Depends on where you live, and even then it depends on the farmer. But I think we're gonna cultivate before the snow falls, and then see if that is better for our weed situation here. What's your plan with the field at the end of the last episode against Austin Farmer? Okay, yes, I needed you guys to remind me of that, right? So at the end of the last episode with Austin, I bought a field, but I wouldn't say what I was doing with it because I didn't want Austin to know about it. But I feel like I had a plan. I think I was going to cut the grass. I'm literally going to have to go watch that episode. I think I was going to cut the grass, demolish the house, plant something there. And then I was going to use the money from it to buy a production facility. That's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. I was going to use the money to buy a production facility.
But glad to be getting caught back up on this guy.
Sparky, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Welcome in. Been busy, glad to be getting caught up. Well, you had lots of time to get caught up, which is good. Because we took like 5 days off of this farm. Oh my god, it's been almost a week since we played this last. Yeah, there's been time. Welcome back. By the way, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. As Wizkin, thank you for the 100 stream streak I appreciate you. Oh my God, we caught up to this guy so fast. He doesn't even have a full load. Incredible. Well, maybe I'll go drop this then, just in case. Connor, Sebastian, Little Capricorn, Timmy, thanks for the follows and the shares on TikTok. I don't know why they don't drop their own spinach. I mean, my guess is that it's not really a mechanic that actually exists in the game. So I think in order to keep, this is my guess, I don't know if this is true. I've never talked to the modder who makes the hand tool stuff. My guess is that having them unload into a pallet on their own, because it's not a mechanic that exists in the game already, it would require a script, and that would make it no longer compatible on console. So I think it would be possible for the modder to do, but I think it would ruin the console compatibility of the hand tools mod, which is totally understandable. I was thinking, you know, maybe it'll get updated later. Maybe we'll get the opportunity for them to unload automatically. But now I realize it might require a script, which would stop it from being console compatible. So I guess it's actually totally fair. Craig, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 15 months. Holy crap, dude. Thanks for using your tier 1 in here. And welcome in. How's it going? I got Swinskin's stream streak, right? I think we did. Any interest in doing a Homesteaders playthrough / challenge? What is that? I don't know. Did you just say he's completed his task? Oh, I might have had him do headlands only. Did I mess this up? No. Work the headlands. Start with headlands. Okay. Move out of the way. Maybe it just bugged for a second. What's the Homesteaders challenge? Okay, I think he's got it sorted. Maybe I did. I don't even think there is a way to do headlines only. Oh my God, I just killed a bunch of spinach. It's fine. Whatever. My wheel gets here on Friday. Any software or anything I need to get set up on the T248? On PC, you could do the My Thrustmaster panel, and that'll let you update the firmware. I would suggest doing that for any brand of wheel. Make sure you get their software and update. Yeah, for Thrustmaster, it's My Thrustmaster panel, and then it should auto detect and do all that nonsense automatically. I know, asparagus would be so sick. Seeing asparagus grow feels so wrong. Asparagus grows like it was invented by Dr. Seuss. It is so silly, but it would be sick to have in this game. I haven't listened to the new Shinedown album. No, I've been not listening to a lot of music over the last few days other than our drive, and we didn't have an internet connection while we were driving through the mountains, so I just went with what was downloaded on my phone. I gotta give it a listen though. It's been forever. I actually haven't checked out New Music Friday yet either, so if there's anything cool, I'll have to catch it maybe tonight or something like that. It's going good, Craig. Welcome in. It's really however you set it up, but you set yourself up a basic set of standards as if you were a homesteader, starting from a plot of land, nothing outrageous, nothing huge. You have to think like a homesteader, but you set the rules yourself. Would this playthrough qualify as that then? Because that's kind of what we did. We started with one small plot of land and hand tools and like no money, and we kind of just did do it like homesteading. Like we cut our grass, sold that for like $500, and then we cut a couple trees and made a couple grand. Like we kind of did this one like that. Might be cool to do animals only, I think, as a restriction. That might be a fun way to change it up. But this kind of was a homestead playthrough, unless I'm missing something, unless I'm misunderstanding this somehow. I don't know. I figured you were mostly plug and play. I know a lot of things have their own software update. Yeah, even when they are plug and play, they've got a software update. Always best to go in and pick it up real quick, so that you could get the best performance out of your device. But oh, it unloaded some of it into the bin. That was good. Okay. Yeah, the map is really good, dude. To be fair though, I don't need the map to do that much work for me. I generally still feel like people care about the map too much, and then they end up with these crappy playthroughs, and then they blame the map for their playthrough being bad. Listen, I think you could have a great playthrough on a totally flat piece of map with nothing in it if you know what you're doing. This map does an incredible job, especially with survival playthroughs, because it's got a lot of good starting zones, but like I don't know. The map just isn't as important for me. And I know that that's a hot take. Maybe we've just been playing Farm Sim for so long that I don't need the map to do anything for me. But I don't think I really care what map I'm on. I'll do a good playthrough no matter what. My criteria for a good map is it has a high FPS and they don't have some crappy effects that make it look terrible or feel bad. Other than that, the map is almost like the challenge for me, you know? Like it's more about being successful on any map that I like in this game. The harder the map, the better, really. Okay, worker F. Which one's worker F? What's the middle one? How did we do this? Okay, let's start with the middle one and then get the far one and see if that works. Go like that. You have not completed your task. I saw Mr. Manbun in there immediately tell me he completed his task. See, I knew it. I knew there was something up with them. He's a liar and lazy. Both. He's a lazy liar, dude. I don't know what she's doing, but that'll get a full. All right, bring that pallet. What are we doing here? I just trying to turn, but the pallet's blocking her. Hold on. All right, see if we can sort that out. Whatever. As long as she's cutting spinach, I don't care. I don't care how she does it. She's cutting spinach. That's okay. What are the mods for the production? No production mods. You got to be so careful with production mods, and frankly, I'd rather just not touch them. They're so overpowered. I have now had
this channel had me suffer for 1 year. Sparx is rude against Italians like me, and now I'm exiled from Italy cause he said I invented the pineapple on pizza thing. The pizza police is still searching for me. I tried to explain. What do I do?
Nothing. You got to move to Canada now, Tasso. That's just how it goes. You put pineapple on your pizza, you're a true Canadian now. Tasso, thank you for the 12 months of Prime. Thanks for being here for a whole year, and welcome in. You got to be really careful with production mods. I have now had 2 playthroughs ruined by production mods. Now, the first one wasn't ruined by a production mod. I did a vineyard playthrough with grapes, and the grape production mod is busted. It has pallets that don't work, and it just gives you an insane amount of money. So what should have been probably a 250-hour playthrough maybe was 150 hours just because we progressed so fast. So I didn't love that. And then the first competition series with Austin was genuinely ruined by a bad production mod, which was basically just it was government subsidies with extra steps. It was government subsidies that you put 1 tree in a month and you get paid an insane amount of money. So honestly, I'm not about production mods. I think they're kind of like the modded trucks in SnowRunner, where you've got all these modders making really, really busted mods because they know that people are going to use them, because people like when the game is easier and faster and basically cheap mods with extra steps. And so I don't know. Maybe there's some good production mods out there, but I'm kind of anti-production mods right now, to be honest with you. Same way I was with the trucks in SnowRunner. I just noticed that there was a trend of making them overpowered on purpose, and I don't want that in my game, really.
For 20 months.
Goose! Thank you for the tier 1 sub for 20 months. Holy... I appreciate you. Thanks for using the tier 1 in here, and thank you for being here for 20 months. The only production mods in here are the ones that come with the map. I'm a little nervous to touch those ones. There are, I think, 4 modded productions on this map. Lentils, couple of different types of grain, maybe 1 more in there. I can't remember. Alfalfa, I think, is in there too. That's it. And frankly, I'm probably not going to touch them until I might test them out later in the game just to see if they're balanced. But I haven't touched them. Haven't touched them yet. Mrs. Crash Prime, welcome back. Miss you. Hope you had a nice time away. You know what? I did have a nice time away. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry I was gone for the weekend. I'm back now, but I did have a lovely time. Did you use slurry/manure or regular fertilizer for your fields? How is your precision score? So I don't have a place to get slurry or manure. I mean, we could maybe buy it. I found out about this in my last save that you can buy slurry and manure, which is kind of cool. Right now we're using regular fertilizer because it's cheaper and we don't have a lot of money. But I might try and buy slurry and manure later on. I'm trying to decide if I want to get cattle to do it. Cattle are so high maintenance, so I think we'll buy slurry and manure and just see if it's worth it compared to regular fertilizer. But I want to get like injectors for the slurry so we can get a better fertilizer score. The other thing is we're doing peas right now, and peas don't take fertilizer. They are they don't need any nitrogen in the soil. So we don't fertilize the peas at all. So just these couple of spinach fields here. That's about it. Dion, thank you for the 30 stream streak, dude. Appreciate that. What's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? Kilogram of steel, obviously, Ben. Come on, use your brain, buddy. I wouldn't make a good hobbit, but Elijah would. God damn it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, but I read it anyways. Welcome in, movie night. Great entry. What map you want? We're on Nadenthal. Hold on, let me ban that bot in TikTok there. Don't mess with those bots back. Thank you for the rose, by the way. I don't know how to say your name, but I appreciate the rose on TikTok. Okay, so we are just about half done with this. Actually, I think some of these guys are more than half done. And then we're gonna go rent the big John Deere. Nope. Ford. We're gonna go rent the big Ford. And we're going to cultivate all of this in one shot. I still do want to keep this into 3 separate fields because I can't afford to get the big spinach harvester yet. So we're gonna hold off on that. I am back, Seabeast. How's it going? You're gonna play 007? Not really my kind of game, even outside of stream, to be honest with you. I probably won't touch 007. No, kind of strikes me as like the Hitman games, but with a little bit more of a story. I don't know, not really my vibe. I'll probably not touch it. Right now, I am currently playing, outside of stream, I also play Forza Horizon 6. And I've been playing another hardcore playthrough of Carrier Command 2 right now. So those are kind of my current games. I don't even know if I really have anything on my radar at the moment outside of those. I'm just kind of itchy for a strategy game. If I go too long without playing some sort of like map-based strategy game, I start losing my mind a little bit. And so Carrier Command is currently doing the trick. I might see if I can do it with the simulator gear though. I think that'd be pretty sweet. No, not you, Daniel. You're good. There was some bot posting something about one of those like message me and I'll give you $5,000 nonsense. Yeah, just ignore those. King, thank you for that follow on Twitch, by the way. Age of Empires? Age of Empires is good. That's more of an RTS. I like a little more grand strategy than RTS, but there are some good RTS games out there. I think Nuclear Option might be my next play. There is one thing on my radar, and it's Nuclear Option. I think that might be my next one. It's kind of got that like Carrier Command where you manage kind of the strategy, but you're also controlling individual units as well. So that one might be the next one I try out. Flory, thank you for the 70 stream streak. Holy, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's been recommended to me many times. I've been watching people play it. I keep seeing videos about it. I think it might be time to give it a shot. Age of Empires was good though. I go back to that one every once in a while. Plus it runs on my laptop, which is good. Hey, worker D has a full tank. This guy right here. Can't keep track of which ones I've unloaded recently and which ones I haven't. And the middle is almost done already. Oh my god, where am I going? Like that. I hate how it automatically jumps to the thing that the AI is in. That's all right. And then worker B is at a nearly full tank, which I think is... I can't tell. The letters are too small. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is a Fiat. Yeah, this thing is awesome, dude. Oh, I was sorry. Somebody had asked about the retro tractors. I like this Fiat. It's called a Universal 650. It's amazing. And then the other one that I like is the Ford Series 10 pack. It's a bunch of older Fords. I like that one too. And then the 1066 Hydra is just like one of my all-time go-tos. Can't go wrong with the 1066. This one actually has more horsepower than the 1066, probably at a better price too. But if you get those three, I think your old tractors are pretty much sorted out. I don't think there's anything else you need to get after that, honestly. There we go. We did that one right. She emptied a little bit more into the box. That was good. Yeah, just a Fiat. I like it. It's good, dude. It sounds good as well. They've actually done a really good job on the audio. And it doesn't look plasticky. I find that's a big problem in this game. Is a lot of the mods look plasticky. It's like they didn't bother giving it like a metallic texture. This one you can see as we drive in the sun, like it looks like metal. But I've seen some that are definitely metal that look like plastic for some reason. Not sure what that's about. I only see it with mods. I never see vanilla stuff looking like that. And that kind of annoys me. The other one I've noticed is some buildings don't have shadows. Like some modded buildings don't have shadows, so they look really silly. Again, don't know what that's about. I've only noticed it with modded buildings. I don't know if it's just bad modding or if it's some sort of bug or what, but it like sometimes you can tell when something is a mod because it just like sticks out like a sore thumb. How much money do you have? We're actually up to 19,000, so we don't need to worry about money for a bit here. We'll be able to rent our big tractor with that. And I might be able to buy it this year as well, especially if those peas get processed, which they will, obviously. I think we'll be able to afford that tractor. And then all we need to do is rent the harvester every year. Renting the harvester still sucks because I usually pay the upfront price to rent it, and then I usually end up having it for so long that I pay more work hours, and I think for a second day it's kind of brutal, but that's all right. CB, stay for the 285 stream freak. That is insane, dude. Okay, who had I unloaded and who had I not unloaded? This guy's doing something weird right here. Almost feel like we should just restart him for the sake of restarting him. Not very organized. Oh no, maybe he's getting back online. I'll grab his stuff real quick. He doesn't quite have a full tank, but that's all right. Give it a full empty, they last a little longer. There we go. Oh, the number or the letters change every time I rehire them. Oh, no wonder I can't keep them straight. I'm like, I don't know what letter to go for, but every time I have to unload them, it changes the letter. So it says like helper C as different every time. Okay, that makes more sense. I don't feel so bad for not remembering their names. Romanian tractors, dude. I couldn't even tell you what. Like I couldn't even name a brand of Romanian tractors. Are they in the mod hub? I genuinely don't know what tractors people are using in Romania. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, that we got a full unload on that one too. That was good. That was good. Okay. See if we do the same thing with this one. This guy's got a full tank as well. Yeah, how do I do this smart? I think if I park like that right next to them. The trick is getting into the right machine, but like if I just run over a little bit and then start unloading right away. Ah, we got a little bit. Wasn't quite good enough, but that's all right. Like half a bin though. That's pretty good. Ray, thank you for the follow and the share on TikTok. I appreciate that. Okay, we're almost done with this spinach, and then we're gonna rent the big Ford and start cultivating. I just can't walk away from these guys for too long because otherwise they've got nobody to unload here. Probably, you know what? I should probably try dumping, since we got full unloads on most of those. Probably try dumping into the production facilities real quick. Just so we pop these back up, because they went a couple of months of processing, so that's okay. Where do you get the small harvester? It's part of the hand pushable tools pack. I got to do a video on that mod, showing people how to use it and stuff like that. Because it is so good. Absolutely one of my favorite mods that we've used in a long time here. Force-Grit was a German tractor and farm equipment maker, but not Romanian. We were talking Romanian. Is that something they use in Romania? I don't know. I've never been to Romania. All right, that's good. And we might catch up to them just in time here. Oh, gonna miss him. Nice. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Full unload. Oh, I was gonna do that same thing again. It's fine. That's fine. Oh, I was gonna back all the way to the other side of the field. Whatever. What will make my screen flicker after updating my drivers on PC? Usually a bad drivers update is what's gonna make your screen flicker after updating your drivers. What you should do is roll back to the previous drivers. It sucks when it happens. I hate doing it. But yeah, usually if you got screen flickers, you could try, what's the command? It's like Windows key G or something will restart your like it'll reboot your graphics drivers. You try that. Have you restarted your PC since you've done this? I'd go through the normal troubleshooting, like restart your PC fully, turn it off, unplug it for a couple of minutes, plug it back in, restart it, check for updates. If you're still getting the flickers, then roll back the drivers. But unfortunately, that just happens sometimes. What GPU are you on? I haven't heard of a bad graphics driver update in a long time. But I mean, if it's new, then who knows? King Taps, thanks for the follow on TikTok. I appreciate that. Welcome in. And Marty, thanks for the follow on TikTok as well. Yeah, we're on Twitch as well. The Twitch is Sparx TV. If you want to see the full screen, how much money we have, what we're producing, and then just get like a wider screen, you could go to Twitch and just go to SPARX TV. You'll get the full stream over there if you prefer. Oh, we should dump this in the other one because we fully emptied that. We're gonna bring this over here real quick. Ooh, that was close. Oh, Maple, get out of the way. Man, the amount that the dogs get run over in this game is crazy. I think they've programmed them like that on purpose. They're like real farm dogs, dude. RTX 5080. You're having graphics issues on the 5080 right now? Like driver issues? I feel like that would be everywhere if the 5080 got... When did this driver update come out? That is a little surprising, I'm not gonna lie. That does usually you hear about it if Nvidia has a bad driver update like that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe check Reddit real quick and just see. I had to uninstall the latest on Nvidia running 4072 Ti. Oh, uninstall and reinstall. Oh, so maybe there is something. Okay, try that. Give it an uninstall and reinstall, and see if it fixes. I will hold off on updating mine because I'm on a 4070 Ti as well. 2 days ago. Okay, so it is a new one. Yeah, I'm on a 4070 Ti as well, so I will hold off on updating mine. Just a weird little update bug, I guess. Okay, mine only flickers on farm sim. Yeah, sometimes it's just on certain games. Like you'll update a driver and it'll only flicker on certain games. Farm sim, Nvidia had a driver update. It must have been more than a year ago now, where if you downloaded it, you couldn't play farm sim. Like farm sim wouldn't launch, and you either had to roll it back or you had to go download their hotfix from the website. I remember that being a big problem for farming sim for a little bit. Was that farm sim 20? That would have been farm sim 22. I can't remember. You played old school farm sim now? We're playing a playthrough, like a hardcore playthrough. So yeah, we're starting with some cheaper equipment because we don't have that much money. And then we are using that to buy bigger and better equipment. That one's good. I think I fell behind on this one a little bit. And these can go into the production building. So I think that production building took all of my All of my spinach as well. So delete the drivers or reinstall them. Delete the drivers. What I would do, maybe, I think NVIDIA GeForce Experience has a way to fully reinstall the drivers. Like, I think there is just a button that says reinstall drivers, but when you go and reinstall the drivers, you may want to click that button that says perform a clean install, and see if that helps. If not, you could just roll back to older drivers. You can do that in the app as well. You just roll back to older drivers, and that might just let you play the games you want to play until there's another driver update. It has been a long time since we've had a bad batch of drivers from NVIDIA, at least. Custom installation, yeah, custom installation, and then clean install would help. Hi Axie, how's it going? You're going to say and started watching Clarkson's Farm? Dude, that's such a good show. Jeremy Clarkson might be a worse farmer than me even, but that show is incredible. I think there's a new season coming out. Amy and I still aren't finished the latest season. We better catch up on that. Okay, that was good. We get that drop to the production area. Holy, that was a full bin, dude. No problem, Triple D. I got you. If there's anything we can do, it's troubleshoot farming sim after spending this much insane amount of time playing it, you know? You didn't rent the big boy to harvest this field? Not the spinach. The spinach is still broken up into 3 little fields, so we could still make good money by having the AI do it by hand, while we work on the peas. What's eventually gonna happen is I'm gonna get rid of that spinach field, and it's gonna turn into a farmyard, basically. So I've been working on turning this into more of a farmyard lately. It still doesn't look great, but you know, it'll do the trick. Oh, there we go. That's full. But we're gonna need more space, because as we buy bigger tractors and stuff like that, we're gonna want a barn to put them in and all sorts of other stuff like that. We'll see how this peas harvest does for us. Now, what we'll want to do... Oh, you know what we should do? I need to check on a little bit of math here, because I don't think we can process all of our peas in 1 year, can we? Because how many peas do we have? We have 19 in there, 19 in there, 48 in there. We can only process about 48 a year with those production buildings, and we got another 48 in here. So we need another 2 production facilities that look like this. That'll cost us like 70K, which we can make 70K pretty quick. Is there a building for this on the map? It's gonna be like $500,000, dude. Doing alfalfa with my friends on a server, it's such a cool crop. Dude, alfalfa's awesome. Cereal, oil, sugar, grain. I don't think we're quite at the point where we can buy the big one yet. I don't even know if there's one on the map. We might have to place our own. There's something, that's a bakery, I'm pretty sure. What is this? Pretty sure that's a dairy. Yeah, it's a dairy. Okay. So there isn't one on the map, but we could put one down ourselves. You know what we'll do? We're going to put 2 more of these buildings down, and then that will be good enough until we can buy the big one. And then what I'll do is I'll put like a big factory zone somewhere like down here out of the way, just kind of like in an industrial section off on its own. And then we can drive the truck a little longer too, which might be fun. So we'll farm this section up here, and then we'll have a factory down here in the corner. And then we got to truck everything back up across the map. Literally just the truck more, but we could say it's because we couldn't get approval to build the factory next to the city or something. If you want to RP it, that's what we can say. I'm okay with that. All right, go get these guys emptied, drop this into storage, and then we're gonna build more of those buildings. I'm actually gonna sell some of the stuff we've got going on right now We can build another building. We can't take out a loan for it though. I'm streaming on Twitch, Cloud. Yeah, Sparx TV on Twitch if you want the full screen. I'll either do YouTube or TikTok on the side, but Twitch will always be there. So that's the best place to watch right now for sure. Whereas Austin, this isn't the playthrough with Austin. Don't worry, don't worry. We haven't made any progress on that. That'll be on Thursday. Is Austin sick? Why has he not been streaming? So Austin was gonna stream over the weekend, but he was having some trouble with his encoding settings and it wouldn't go. So he had texted me over the weekend asking if I could help him troubleshoot his Streamlabs, and for some reason it just wasn't working with YouTube. I don't think he ever got it figured out. Hopefully he's got it figured out by Thursday, but I might have to go over there to his place and see if I can get it working for him. The worst part about streaming is such a technological nightmare. I would happily do without that part. That's for sure. So not a big version of those. There is typically the big versions of a production building are about 10 times the volume, but they're also 10 times the price. So frankly, there's no downside to doing 10 small ones versus one big one. Other than, you know, having to fill 10 small ones and stuff like that. Hold on, I'm gonna ban that spammer real quick. There we go. I got him. He's out of here. Okay, let's go empty this. Almost
Freya
done with this finally.
13 just subscribed at tier 2 for 30 months.
I am back.
You back. Did you have
that?
fun on your mini vacation?
Oh, it was OMG. I was like, what did the TTS just say? I did. Freya, welcome back. Thank you for the tier 2 sub for 30 months. And welcome in. I did have fun on my mini vacation. I'm sorry I wasn't here to stream for you guys, but we did have videos going every day, which was good. I'm almost a real YouTuber now. This is very exciting. Thank you again for the tier 2 sub. By the way, Twitch just announced that tier 2 subs and tier 3 subs will be able to post GIFs in Twitch chat soon, which is pretty exciting. I'm going to leave that feature on. I might turn it off for Alex specifically, but for the rest of you guys, I'm gonna leave the feature on. And we'll see how it goes. So thank you for the tier 2 subs and the tier 3 subs, because you guys will have some more stuff. I'm glad, because tier 2 subs needed more stuff. They need more cool stuff on Twitch. Thank you for the hydrate. And Fred, thank you for the 325 stream streak. That is insane. Poor Alex. No, he lost his gift privileges already. They don't even exist yet. And he's already lost them. Logan, thanks for that follow on Twitch, dude. Hello, Grassfield's a silo now. Yes, our original Grassfield is now just a straight up production yard, which is good. We will probably end up giving this area the same treatment eventually. At least this field. Those might stay fields, or I'll turn them into one field maybe. But at least this field will probably end up being like a barn or something like that. Oh, that's loaded. Okay, we're good. This one is done. No need to worry about that one. So we just have these two finishing up on the edges now. I can't wait to do my cornball gift constantly. That's valid. That's valid. Triple D, thank you for the heart on TikTok, by the way. I appreciate that. Luna, welcome in on TikTok too. Grab this, and I'll go get that other hand harvester. I'll maybe take it for a repair while we do that. That one right there. We're just gonna take this back, fix it up, and go give it a park. I need to spend some money on making our farm more organized, though, I will say. Ooh, I shouldn't put a production building down until we get this cultivated. I'm glad we remembered that, because otherwise I'll be in trouble here. We do want to cultivate this month, but I have to rent that equipment first. Thursday, Peachy. I haven't actually checked in with Austin on that yet, so we'll go. I better go ask him first. Been playing a lot of Forza Horizon 6. Loving the better car sounds. What's your opinion on the new car sounds? I don't notice a huge difference between the Horizon 6 car sounds and the updated Horizon 5 sounds. Like, I think if you played Horizon 5, if you hadn't played Horizon 5 in the last couple of years, then it may seem like a jump to Horizon 6, but they actually upgraded a lot of the car sounds and fixed them over the last 2 years in Horizon 5. So not a big difference from that, but a big difference from the OG 5 sounds, that's for sure. Actually, they've been a 25 stream streak. I'd love to hear a side-by-side on the sounds on Horizon 6 though versus Horizon 5 and just see, I guess side-by-side what they sound like. Maybe I'll boot up 5 and record some sounds and put them side by side. My vacation was good. Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun. It was very relaxing, to be honest with you. We didn't do much. Amy and I went on a hike. We drove through the mountains. We hung out with her family. It was all pretty low key stuff, and it was really nice. Truck Spotted, thanks for that follow. I'm using a T598 is the wheel I'm using right now. Testing the T598. I really like it so far. Benefits would be that the attachments are super cheap compared to like the Moza ecosystem. Like I have a lot of Moza gear as well, and that is an expensive ecosystem. I like that there's a screen on it because that means that console players... Oh, how do I explain this? So basically, PC players can do a lot more with their wheel than console players can, because on PC, you can run a separate program to modify your wheel and the settings and stuff like that, basically. Console can't do that. But this one has a screen on the wheel, which means console players can do that for the first time, which is awesome. I think that's something that more manufacturers need to get into. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. I wish the wheel that it came with was a little higher quality. Like they definitely put like just a little light, cheap wheel on here as the default wheel. But I think they just did that to keep it cheap, because there's way more expensive wheels that you can buy and put on this. I think it was just to keep the price of the set down, which I guess makes sense. That is totally fair. So overall, I'd say very happy with it so far. I might buy one of those upgraded wheels and see what they're like. They are expensive, so we'll see. But they need a truck wheel. That's what they need. They need a truck wheel to go on there. That's one thing we're missing from Thrustmaster so far. If I got farm stick on PS5, would I need an excavator? Would one work for an excavator, or would I need two? I don't know if PS5 can run 2 joysticks. I think Farm Sim, you only get 1 joystick, so it doesn't matter what you're doing on PS5. Farm Sim, you get 1. I think Construction Sim can do dual joysticks from what I've heard, which would be good, but it does depend on what you plan to play. Dale, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 13 months, dude. Welcome in. Welcome in. One of the worst feelings about playing Farm Sim is the fact that you think you have the right attachment, then you go halfway across the map, if not the full way, just to find out it's not. That's definitely... That'll go away. You'll get better at the game, and that'll go away. I do agree. I had done that many times in the past. As you get more familiar with the game, you'll get better at that part. I probably should have unloaded that guy, but that's okay. Do you think I should buy a Blinker Viper for my Thrustmaster T300? I don't even know what that is, Truck Spotter. What is that? Blinker Viper? Sounds like a vape brand or something like that. What is that? We're on Nadenthal, Devin. And Archie was asking the same thing. Is the screen different from the screen on the T248, or does it have the same options? Different from the T248, similar to the T248R, and because it's direct drive, it actually does have more options as well. So it has some of the same things, like it's got the options to invert the pedals and stuff like that, but it has a bunch of direct drive options, dead zone, stuff like that in there too, power configuration, stuff that you would need in a direct drive and not a T248. But it's the same layout as the T248R, which is very different from the T248 actually. I am still a P scientist, that is correct. Although this is spinach right now. It's an add-on to the wheels so you can get blinkers like you drive a real car. And it fits on a T300? It's kind of sick. I've never heard of this. Could you send me that or something? Like, could you like DM me some more info on that or something on TikTok? I've literally never heard of this device. I have the Moza one, the one where you clip it to the wheel and it's got the stalks on the side. I've got that one, but it's insanely expensive for what it is. Like, frankly, I wouldn't pay 300 bucks for it. I liked it. It was decent build quality. Not perfect. Decent build quality. But 300 was... That's a little steep. Okay, we're gonna go like that. Good. Country and Draxel, thanks to the follows on TikTok, guys. Appreciate that. Do you have a Logitech wheel and a Thrustmaster farm stick? Yes, on all platforms. That's totally fine. You do not need a Thrustmaster wheel for the farm sticks. That is honestly one of the best things any sim racing company has ever done for console, was making it so that you could use that farm stick with any wheel. What a killer idea, dude. Says it's added a realistic blinker and wiper or Viper stock, highly popular mod, primarily used for titles like Euro Truck and American Truck. Okay, I like the idea of the blinkers. Like, they're cool depending on the game you're playing. The trick is just getting them to fit on the wheel. Like the Moza one, I couldn't get it on here. It wouldn't fit on here. That was probably the one thing they could have done better with it. Other than that stupid piece that I kept having to glue on every day. Did you figure out the P math the other day with how many P's in a liter you were doing? I didn't get to see. Yes, we did. We did sort out the P's. So basically, we counted out half a liter of frozen peas, and it came to 800 P's, which means in a liter is 1600 P's. So Google was way off. It wasn't even close to correct. It gets like 4,000 to 6,000 or something like that. And if you use that for any serious work, any serious calculation, you would have been in big trouble. I still hate that Google AI junk, dude. That thing is so terrible. I'll never use that for anything that matters. And then it just, once again, just another reason it's junk. I don't know what we're spending all this money on AI for that, dude. Buy one for the junkyard and wire it up. I wonder if you could, honestly. I don't know if it would be that hard, to be honest with you. Oh, hold on. Like that. There's one on Amazon, third party on Amazon. Okay. It'd be cool to find another one that works. Well, it's 3 to 4K, but the P's I measured were bigger than what Google said was the size. If the math was right, the average P size was right. Yeah, then it's sourcing its average P size, and it would be like half of the size of the ones that I had. Less than half. And those were already tiny peas. So there's no peas on Earth that are that size. Even dried, they're bigger than that. I don't know, dude. Nah, we don't know when American and Euro Truck are coming to console. No news on that yet. I'll let you know as soon as I hear. But no news on that, dude. I know this is going to be random, but if you ever get short of money in the game, cut the grass around your house and make it into build. That's usually the go-to be honest with you. When we start running low on cash, it is just cut any grass we can find and sell it as hay. Or trees. Trees are another good one too. All right, that's it for spinach. All of the spinach is harvested. Let's go get our big Ford and we're gonna cultivate. What do we have to do here? We need to cultivate in lime, I think, right? Isn't our pH like horrendous? That's nitrogen. Holy nitrogen, dude. Outdated data. Oh, okay. Well, why don't we run that real quick? Purchase soil information. Purchase soil information. Look at those real quick. I'm gonna purchase that one as well. Ooh, that was not cheap. And we need... Actually, our pH isn't bad. Might be able to run... that was getting down to 5.25. It's only going to put down what it needs to put down. We may as well do it. We may as well do it. Okay, we're going to start with that, and then we'll cultivate the... we'll cultivate that in. Oh, I need to go in here. Hold on. Hold on. I can just stream the new construction sim when it comes out in a few months. Of course we will. Dude, that was one of my favorite games over the last 3 years. We're absolutely going to play the next construction sim. Honestly, I still might do another save of construction sim as well. I'm kind of figuring out what I want to stream for the next little bit. Like, I love having an ongoing farm sim save. That's a no-brainer. Out of War with Dad is great on Sundays. We've been playing Forza Horizon 6 on Wednesdays and sometimes Fridays. We'll see how long that's interesting. That might get subbed out for a construction sim playthrough at some point though, because I've been itching to go back to construction sim. I might pick up another DLC and get that going. Oh, I should probably turn that off. We're not using our money. One. Banner Johnny, thank you for the 25 stream, dude. I appreciate that. I wouldn't mind some more Subnautica. Subnautica was fun too. Oh my god, there's so many games that I want to play right now. It's a little bit of a problem. I've always been confused on how to put lime down and weeds. Okay, I'll show you. So lime is like super easy. If you're not on precision farming, it's super easy. Just chuck it on the field once every 3 years. You're good to go. We're on precision farming, so our lime is going to look a little bit different, but generally the same concept. I'll show you how to do that in a minute here. Okay, sounds good, Truck Spotter. Thank you for doing that, dude. Appreciate that. You need to stay alive all of my work shift. I don't want to be alone in the cremation room. Oh my god, dude. All right, we won't leave you alone in the cremation room. Do you want us to play that game? That game where you like embalm the bodies, but they're haunted, and that would probably make your life way worse. Actually, what the heck is that game called? Mortuary Assistant. Check that out. You'll like that one. No, you won't. That might horrify you. Sparx, I'm gonna be honest. You got me addicted. I did not watch Twitch at all, and now I watch you all the time. I was the same way. I grew up not watching a minute of Twitch except for like when the League of Legends finals would be on. And then when I started streaming, I started watching other streamers on Twitch. And now I watch Twitch all the time. I watch Dad. I watch all of our other like mutuals, Creepy, Ultrasaurus, Rawl, like whoever's on, honestly. I watch an insane amount of Twitch. I like it. I get it. I didn't get the whole streamer thing before, but now I get the hype. It is better than watching like YouTube in a lot of ways. Because I still don't watch a lot of YouTube. That's probably something I should do more. But streams, they're so much more chill, you know? I feel like I don't have to constantly watch them compared to videos. What's worse is if you are alone in the cremation room and the burner has been running for 30 minutes and then you hear sounds coming from it. No, thank you. No horror stories for me, please. Between my hobby and Sparx, Twitch is on my TV almost all day. That's awesome. I gotta get Twitch set up on my new TV. That might be kind of nice, honestly. How do you do the soil? Is that precision farming? Yeah, you got it. You got it. We got precision farming. Do that. Little repair. I should probably get a little repair station on the farm, but we gotta be careful with our money right now. And then we'll go get the other one. And that'll already be set up for the next harvest. We're ahead of the game here, dude. A cadaver lab alone at night is worse. I'm not doing any of these jobs. None of this sounds good to me. These are bad jobs. These are not fun jobs. I don't want to work with dead bodies. I don't believe in ghosts or anything like that, but it's just creepy, you know? No, I don't want anything to do with that. I'm not superstitious. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't really like horror stuff. Like I don't play a lot of horror games or watch a lot of horror movies or anything like that. So I think I'll skip that job, dude. Watch a streamer I know I know a guy. It's a pizza place in the front and a shady jobs out back. You should check it out. Is it a horror game or is it a simulator? No horror games for me. Too much of a baby. That's not even it. To be like, jokes aside, that's not why I don't play horror games. I've tried playing horror games on stream, and I think it was the most boring stream I've ever done. Like, maybe some of the horror stuff just doesn't work on me. But like, we did some backroom stuff and we did Mortuary Assistant. That one was actually kind of entertaining. Okay, I don't know why I can't put that over there. But generally, I don't think I have very exciting reactions to horror. It's no good. It's a sim. Okay. Check that out, maybe that'd be cool. We're gonna just put this out of the way. I'm doing a little cleanup here real quick. And then just the last harvester. And then we lime. And then it's cultivation time. I could probably use the liming equipment I have now. Assuming that bin can lime. It can fertilize. Assuming it can do lime as well. We have stuff we can sell. I was going to say, I'm pushing it on money, but we do have stuff that we can sell if we need to. So I'm not in that much trouble, frankly. Patrick, thank you for the follow on TikTok, dude. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Yeah, there is Twitch as well. The Twitch is Sparx TV. Sparx TV. You get the full screen over there. Definitely a better place to watch. I thought about watching the Backrooms movie. I thought that looked pretty good. I've heard a lot of cool stuff about it. I still need to watch Project Hail Mary, the Backrooms movie, and there was another one I had on my list that I really wanted to check out. Arrival, I think. I still haven't seen Arrival this much later. This many years after it came out. I think I gotta go give that one a watch. The Simpsons 2. Is that actually coming out? Is this real? I haven't seen the Minecraft movie either. No, you're right. Haven't seen the Minecraft movie. I feel like the Minecraft movie is gonna be okay. Like, I really like the Mario movie. That was fantastic. If the Minecraft movie is anything like that, it'll be solid. If you ever thought of streaming on Kick, I'll never stream on Kick. You'll never see me on Kick, dude. What a garbage platform. No, I will not be streaming on Kick. I stream on everything else. I've tried literally everything else. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. I don't even know what else there is out there. What have I not tried? I think you can technically, I tried Facebook. I think you can technically stream on Twitter. I don't know how that goes. But you'll never catch me on Kick. No, that's a bad platform, dude. The second Minecraft is in production. Wait, Minecraft the game or Minecraft the movie? If you're telling me there's a Minecraft 2, the video game, I'm interested. I haven't been interested in anything else Minecraft has made. Like, they've made a few other games. They did a Telltale one. They did like a story-based one, I think. I think there's one more. None of them really appeal to me, but maybe one day. We'll see. Kyle, thank you for the heart on TikTok, by the way. And Wesley, thank you for the heart on TikTok, too. I appreciate that. Welcome in. When you're walking, do you use the joysticks on your steering wheel? There's no joysticks on the steering wheel. I use an Xbox controller when I'm walking around and stuff like that. And then I use the wheel and the joysticks when I'm actually driving, basically. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate that, dude. Dungeons? Minecraft Dungeons? Is that the one? Yeah, I haven't tried them, to be fair. They just didn't really appeal to me. Man, dungeon crawler? I do like dungeon crawlers, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta be careful with dungeon crawlers though, because I'll no-life them. 80 hours in a week. You'll have no streams for me. Dude, if I pick up a dungeon crawler, even this like I think Diablo 4 has a DLC. If I pick it up, you guys are not gonna hear from me for a week. I can't. I gotta be responsible. I gotta be an adult. I can't be playing dungeon crawlers all willy-nilly, dude. All right, so can this thing do lime? Where is it? This one right here. What is this? I think this is actually a mod, so I'm going to check in here. It can do lime. Awesome. So we're going to empty... What is that? That's fertilizer. We're going to empty the fertilizer out of there. We're going to swap it for lime. We also need to move some peas over. Actually, while this is hooked up, let's move the peas over, and then we'll go get that. We'll go get that lime going. Okay. Why does my farm sim look bad on my Series S? Because you're on a Series S. Good luck. The Series S is not a good console. It's not a good console. Xbox shouldn't have done it. Unfortunately, I mean, in some ways it's nice because you can play modern games on a cheaper console, but at the end of the day, the Series S looks bad because it's just not a very good console. You kind of, yeah, the benefit is that you get to play some modern games, but they look like crap. They run at 30 FPS, 1080p, I think. I don't even think it can do 4K. That's just how it goes for the Series S, unfortunately. Storm Viking and a few others teamed up last night for Void Crew. It reminds me of Jump Ship. Void Crew looks good. Yeah, Void Crew I think came before Jump Ship. That one looks solid. A little, like, I think the art style in Void Crew is a little goofy for my taste. The original one that I really like is called Pulsar Lost Colony. And it was kind of like the OG Void Crew Jump Ship kind of game. It's more of an RPG though. Like, I don't know about Void Crew. Jump Ship was a little more roguelike, whereas Pulsar was an RPG. And that one was so sick. Hard game to figure out. But once you figure it out, dude, it was so good. And then Carrier Command is the game that I've been playing. I've just been playing it solo, but it's like that except you run an aircraft carrier with a bunch of friends. That one is so sick. Little more mill simmy, I think, than Void Crew, but still a very cool game. Spent way too much time on Bloodborne. I have never touched a Bloodborne game. And how's that? Canned peas. 22,000 peas. That's good enough. We don't have to max it out. We're gonna have to fill it up before then anyways. Okay, that is good. We're just going to move this over here. Okay. And then we're going to go move that fertilizer. We're going to put some lime in there. See how we do. I think I've got lime on the deck, right? I think so. Use up some of that first. Look what the cat dragged in from YouTube. It's me right after telling you I couldn't watch a stream. That's okay. Kisa, welcome over to the Twitch. Welcome over from YouTube. That is totally fine. You're always welcome around here. Or on the YouTube if you want. No problem at all. All right, let's go put this. Where do I want to leave this? I gotta do a little bit of organization here with all of our different seeds and fertilizer. I see some herbicide over there. We really need to redo all of our storage, that's for sure. All right, I mean, I guess we'll put this here for now. Not really like a good spot, but it'll get moved. And then we need to go find some lime. Is that a bag of lime over there? Lime is relatively cheap, so I'm not worried, but that is lime. Do we have any more lime? That's lime. Oh! Incredible. We have lots. Okay. Let's use up this first. Just get that out of the way. Years ago, Hyper RPG, when they were still in Seattle, they played Pulsar and failed spectacularly. Dude, that game is so good, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Absolute must play if you're into those kind of games. But very, very difficult. And I don't know if it's hard because it's a hard game or hard because it's janky, but that's okay. 3 platforms streaming: YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch all at once. I'm not going on YouTube and TikTok, or yeah, YouTube and TikTok right now. I usually switch depending on the game. So like Farm Sim I'll do on TikTok, but Forza I might do on YouTube, for example. Just because people have different tastes on different platforms. Nice, that used up all of our lime, and I didn't have to buy any. Okay, so we're gonna start with these small fields here. I'll ban that bot, no worries. Got him. He's out of here. Okay. Do you know what soil is used for on the agroforest map? No, I've never played agroforest. I couldn't tell you. I know, I got stuff everywhere, dude. I just need to put a barn down and we'll be good. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in medium, and then second gear. Well, that's gonna use a lot of lime no matter what. Maybe we go faster. Ooh, no, that's using all of my lime even at that speed. If I slow down, does it slow down? Yikes. Okay, let's try fourth. Honestly, that's a lot of lime. Did we just over lime this or what? So it maxes. Oh, yeah, it maxes out. So it'll keep putting down lime even when it's perfect. So we just need to go fast enough so that it's perfect, but not so fast that, or not so slow that we're just burning lime. Okay, this is going to be quite the operation here. Let's do another test run. Let's go buy some more lime. I got to do another test run and see what the best way to do this is. It burns lime fast. Yeah, this is on precision farming, so it actually does burn more lime the faster you're going. But I wonder if we can just do it at full speed. See what happens. Just not cheap to lime. The lime is cheap compared to some of the other operations that you have to do on your crop. In precision farming, it's actually herbicide that's the cheapest because you can target the individual weeds. But that went through a ton of lime and it never stopped. Fertilizer, you can do that. Because with fertilizer, it'll actually stop when it gets to the level that it's supposed to be at. No way. Chat, how could we not buy this? Dude. This is so cheap. What kind of attachments can it have? The Lizard D14. Wait, that's an insane deal. D14. I could do this bin and we could keep our peas in there. Got a 20 meter. Oh. 20 meter dump bin for like insanely cheap? Is that the torque truck? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're right. I do like this one better, but... Oh, see, I do like that one better. So short. Can I extend it? Oh, yeah, you could do longer. I don't know. Do we want that one? Well, it's 15K. This one's 8K. For a lot more capacity. I mean, that would be nice, dude. I think we have to get it. I could get it right now. I'm going to do it. Oh, wait. So 8,000. If I kit it up too much, it's going to get more expensive. I mean, we could do a few little attachments on it. No skirt. We could put the horns on there. I feel like that's cheap. I'm going to take those stupid Michelin dolls off, though. That looks terrible. Needs an antenna, of course. Right side antenna, why not? Oh, no, that's ugly. What the heck is changing? Oh. Oh, it's the exhaust. Yeah, sure. We move that one for a couple $100. We're at 10 grand right now. What is this? Your lane? Oh. Ooh. I like that one. And then the window, we don't need window tint. Okay, what color should we go on this one? It is a Chevy. Yeah. It's real. It's a real truck. I want it to look kind of retro. Like I want it to look kind of old. I wish you could make it like dusty. Ooh, the cream color really makes sense. Let's go cream with like dark gray fenders. Cream with brown fenders. Yup, that looks like an old truck. And the skirt can be... Can we actually go with like a steel color? We could, but it is very shiny. I don't think it would actually be that shiny. Go black. Yeah, the black looks better. That's pretty good. It could use more rust. I know, it could use more rust. I agree with that. The rims we could maybe do... They kind of look goofy if they're too shiny, though. Yeah, we're going to go like that. 10,000 bucks? That's a good deal. Bought it. Our first discount. Is that our first discount person? No, their tractor's been in discount as well. And then we would just want the D14 extension, but we're going to need more money for this. That's fine because we don't need it right now. But we'll throw one of those on there and it'll be perfect. Okay, now we also need lime. I'm gonna need a lot. I'm gonna go 6 bags for now. I do actually think I'm gonna need more, but we'll do 6 for now and see what happens. The muffler should be folding off and dragging down the ground. I wish more, because that trailer we used on the series with Austin, it has like an old versus new options. I wish more mods did that to make it actually look like old farm equipment, not just like not just the new stuff. Lime just melts snow when you're applying it. This truck looks cool and nothing can be as bad as the Ford Transit that topples over if you put in so much of a leaf. in the bed. There's a Ford Transit mod, or are you talking about the OG, like the actual Ford Transit, like the real life one? That mic sounds great, dude. This mic is an absolute nightmare to get working. We've somehow got it dialed in, but I refuse to touch any of the settings now because it just sounds good enough. All right. So that was pretty good. Now we need to try going fast on here. I think we'll go like this. So lime can get expensive if you do this wrong. So now we're going to try a really fast pass. I don't think this song is AI, but it sounds like AI and it's annoying. Sorry to whoever that is. If that was you singing that, I apologize. Sound less like AI. Okay. So we're going to go 8th gear in medium and just try that. And we'll just see if that goes. The Transit is a mod. Oh, I wasn't even aware of this. Holy, it used that whole bin of lime. It basically used the same amount of lime. I think it balances out for what it needs. Dude. That's great. This is going to be expensive. Oh, this is going to be expensive, but it is going to be worth it. Dude, do you know how expensive that big field is going to be? I might just do the little fields. Oh, but I mean, it's more like we know lime is worth it. Like you do get your money back out of it. I might need to rent a larger lime spreader though, because I'm not going to run this tractor on those big fields. That would just be horrendous. So we're going to use the little tractor for the little fields. Well, no, because if I'm going to rent the big one anyways, I might as well just do it now. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. So then for a big lime spreader, this one is good. I do like this one, but it is overkill. I could do 14K with an extension. Does do lime. Nothing else is gonna do it better. Yeah, so we're gonna do this one. It's gonna cost 2,400 to rent, and then I need a tractor with at least. This tractor might actually be able to pull it. Can I do a bigger spreader? 6-meter spreader. This tractor might do it. We'll see how fast it can do it, but that might be okay. Because if I can wait longer to rent the bigger tractor, I would like to. The pH is really low. Yeah, I think that's why it's using so much of it. So yeah, it comes out so fast because in precision farming, it automatically sets the rate to what it actually should be. So basically, like if you need, let's say you need 1,000 liters of lime per hectare, it's going to set it to 1,000 liters. Whereas if you need 500 liters of lime per hectare, it'll set it to 500. So, you know, it's kind of, there's some good and bad, but with the pH being so low on these fields, like it's in acid territory right now. It just needs a lot of lime. This is just kind of what we get for waiting so long to lime the fields. Problem is, I couldn't afford to do it before, so now I gotta spend a bunch of money to do it, but that's okay. We're making money. I'm not too worried. We're making money. I'm down to 317 bucks right now, but I have stuff I can sell. We'll be okay. We're at 6,000 liters. I'm gonna see what happens. Yeah, I don't know if we can tow with. I don't know if we can tow with this. We're gonna try and just hope it doesn't need this much, but we'll see what happens. Hi Jordan, how's it going? Christian, thank you for the follow on TikTok, dude. Welcome in. And that's pretty good. That's as good as it's gonna get. Okay. I mean, it's more. Oh, I can pull this no problem. Well, we'll see when it starts running. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I'll just have to be smart with the pH and actually do it every couple of years, you know, do it the right way, or do it every year. Since we can use sensor spreading, like we can do it every year. We'll see what that process looks like. It's so weird having to relearn so much of the game for precision farming. Is that not a little too big? Honestly, for these little fields, yes, but for the big fields, no. We're gonna open that up. We're gonna line up over here. I don't know how wide this goes. We'll see. Oof. I thought it would be wider than that, but I guess that's okay. I'll have to get that other edge again. It's still using the same amount of lime. It's just now I can hold more, so it's not as big of a deal. And we'll just go till the edge like that. My pattern is gonna be horrendous here. If you have OCD, I apologize. It's gonna be bad. Trans is part of the Rumbler pack, and it's lizard branded, so I'm guessing it's console compatible. If it's lizard branded, I feel like it would be, yeah. That seems better. We can pull it at maximum speed. Seems like its max speed is 18. I can pull it at its max speed with this, so that's good. I am gonna literally have to sell product to cover the cost of this lime, though. Okay, that field is good. I guess we'll just go like this because it's easy. What actually does... It does actually stop if you go over spots that are already limed. Here, I'm just gonna double check that that's true. Oh yeah, so this one does. Oh, that other lime unit may not have sensor equipment on it, or because it's a mod, it may just not be properly compatible with precision farming. But we can RP that a little bit. Say that it doesn't have sensor equipment. I'm still using a lot of lime, but the sensor's actually working properly now. Okay, this might actually save me a lot of money using this piece of equipment. Let's just check that that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's keeping it fully limed. Go here. Would I rather farm to 25 or 22? 25, obviously. Yeah, there's no reason to still play 22. Unless you're just playing on a console that can't play 25. 25 is by far the best farm sim game right now. Just a little bit on the edge, but that's okay. Well, that's good, because that means I could do that line without worrying about wasting, or I could do this edge here without worrying about wasting lime. You know what I'll do? I'll drive right here. We'll just get the other field a little bit too. Waste a little bit, but that's okay. Hopefully that's not overshooting though. I didn't really think about this, but Sparx, did you own all the houses, including the house that gives you the wheel spin every day? I know you know about the track builder one. Also, one gives an extra display slot that I don't know how to get. The extra display slot you can get by getting the orange wristband, I think. And then yeah, I've got the wheel spin every day one. That's Tokyo House. The other one that you should get if you want to do those delivery ones, there's one that gives you extra 10% on deliveries. If you're trying to max out the food deliveries in Forza, get that house first, because that 10% goes a long way. It's like 10 hours of deliveries to max it out. Maybe not that much. That extra 10% makes a difference. Okay, I'm going to need to get more of this. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't finish that line. This is such a nightmare of a pattern, but that's totally fine. This is a Fiat Universal 650. Great tractor, actually. Have you tried Farm Sim 16 yet? What's your opinion? No, I've never tried Farm Sim 16. I played Farm Sim 2012. And then I didn't touch another Farm Sim until 2019. And I didn't even like Farm Sim 19. So I doubt I would like Farm Sim 16. I might be able to appreciate, you know, like the history of Farm Sim and where the series came from and stuff like that. To be honest with you, though, I think without the nostalgia factor, it's probably not gonna be that good for you or me, at least. All right, well, that was good. So that was a full bin. So that was 6 bags. So this is gonna take 7 bags, 8 bags probably, which means this is gonna take 20 bags probably. Frick, what's 20 times? It's probably about 15,000 bucks worth of lime. I gotta go sell some stuff. We could do it. I have the stuff to sell. We'll be okay. Hopefully it pays off, though. That's nuts, dude. I'm sure 16 was good when you played it, but I'll be honest with you, going back and playing these nostalgic games, I'm never impressed. Like, when we were playing SnowRunner, everyone's like, oh, you gotta go back and play MudRunner. MudRunner was my childhood. And I went back and played it, and for somebody with no nostalgia about MudRunner, it just felt like crappy SnowRunner, to be honest with you. Like, there's a couple of features that I thought were interesting, but it was mostly overhyped by everybody that was talking about it. I think you gotta realize how nostalgia impacts the older games that you play versus how good they actually are. I've had a few like this. Splinter Cell games, brutal to go back to. That one really surprised me. I remember loving the Splinter Cell games. And going back and playing it, it's clunky, it's corny, I don't know. It's just not that good. I was very surprised. And that was with the nostalgia factor. I couldn't imagine like playing it without, dude. Holy. Okay. MudRunner got love for its physics supposedly being better than SnowRunner. The only thing that people liked more than SnowRunner was the frame flex. And I can't remember if you could modify the tire pressure on the fly, but that might have been part of it. I know you could do that in Expeditions. And then full manual gearbox. But like those 3 things, possibly 2 things, were not enough to make the game better than SnowRunner. Like sure they missed out on some features that should have been in SnowRunner, but it didn't carry the game enough to be better than SnowRunner. That's for sure, yeah. Even the new one, Expeditions was cool. I liked Expeditions. Took me a while to get into, and they definitely needed time to fix the bugs. But I found some enjoyment in Expeditions. Wasn't as good as SnowRunner for me, but it's a different experience. All right, 31,000 bucks. I mean, that's good. I'm not gonna buy all 10 bags at once, but I'll probably buy as many, or 20. Probably buy as many as it'll let me buy, and start with that. Yeah, lime is not cheap on this scale. Like, it's cheaper than fertilizer, but when we need this much lime, okay, in regular farm sim without precision farming, lime is cheap. You don't go through that much, and you don't have to do it very often. Precision farming, I'm definitely using more lime than I would use. Like in regular farm sim, 4 bags probably would have done all these fields. But like now I'm on like 16 bags of fertilizer for these 15 acres. It's crazy, dude. I don't mind though. Dark, thank you for the heart on TikTok, by the way. Harv, thank you for the rose. Kyle, thank you for the heart on TikTok, guys. I appreciate that. I know I'm just having to put some money in. Saving money right there with which one? Expeditions? I would only get Expeditions if... So there's a lot of people that play SnowRunner only for the scouting. This is why they made Expeditions, or I suspect this is why they made Expeditions. There's a massive portion of the SnowRunner community that only plays it for the scouts. They mod in scout trucks, they go exploring, they don't touch any of the missions, they literally just download trucks and download maps, and that's why they play SnowRunner. I feel like they were the target audience for Expeditions. If you feel like that's you, go try Expeditions, you're probably gonna love it. If you like playing SnowRunner for the regular content, Expeditions will be hit or miss for you. a big change of pace. It's a big kind of vibe change. In that case, it'll be hit or miss for you. I liked it, but I definitely had to change gears a little bit mentally to enjoy it. If you go in being like, oh, this is like another SnowRunner game, you're gonna hate it, obviously. And I think some people did make that mistake. It's its own thing, you know. Dave, thank you for the 40 streak. Holy dude. And Lemon, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Welcome in. A little bit more in the small fields. A little bit more in the small fields, and then we'll tackle the large field here. See how it goes. Usually lime every time after planting with precision farming. I've never played without. You lime after planting? Can you do that in real life? I don't know if you can do that in real life. It'll let you do it in game. I don't know if you can do it in real life. I typically lime before I cultivate and then just mix it all in. So I'll do like my lime and my slurry and stuff like that before I cultivate, and then I'll mix it in with the cultivation. I don't know if you can put lime on seeds like that. Probably depends on the seeds. That might kill some seeds. Maybe some are more robust. We never used lime on the farm. It wasn't really something that we had to worry about for our alfalfa, right? So couldn't tell you. That's for some other real farmer to tell you about, I guess. The other thing I found with Mudrunner was the design of the graphics. It was like the RE5 green filter was put on it. I'm not someone who has much importance on graphics for my games, but the design of graphics compared to Mudrunner is night and day. I mean, yeah, that's totally fair. I'm assuming you meant SnowRunner on the second Mudrunner. Yeah, I mean, all games from that time period for some reason had a greenish yellow filter. I don't know what the heck that was about, but I do find it hard to go back to games like that sometimes. When that's there. I don't know what that was about. That's true. Sparx, if I want to get into farming and had a lime tree, could I crush that to make my lime? No. Lime is... I don't know if lime is actually made of limestone. May or may not be. But lime is a rock. Like it's a mineral, not the fruit. Not the fruit. Okay, that looks good. Expected yield 116%. That's awesome. That's probably where all of our yield went. That clay is brutal. And then this one, we're just gonna have to tough it out. Oh god, dude. Okay, I'm gonna do the headlines here, and then we'll go from there, I guess. You're channeling your inner TikTok viewer? That's okay, JB. We'll forgive you this time. Lime is usually a fall-winter application IRL. Yeah, okay, so like pre-cultivation or just after cultivation potentially, and then let it sit. Because I'd imagine it'll be really concentrated on the surface, obviously, after you spread it, but you want like the rain and moisture to pull it down a little bit too. So either like through cultivation, or if you're not going to cultivate, you'd probably want to leave it for as much time as possible so the rain and the snow, if you have snow, will like pull it down into the soil. That's my guess. I don't know. Like I said, I've never used it. Couldn't tell you. Viral, thank you for the follow on TikTok, dude. Appreciate that. So that one line, holy! Is this guy's got peas as well? What is? These are beans. Oh, these are peas. Katie's got peas. How much is this field? 563,000 bucks. Holy! That's a lot of peas. Okay, I can't buy that. I can't buy. I was just kind of curious to see if that's something we could acquire before the next harvest. Oh, but I wouldn't be able to harvest it anyways. Maybe if she plants peas there next year, maybe we can buy it then. We'll see. And Dustin, thanks for that follow too. All right, we'll run this one. Okay, perfect. Do you have to plow to get rid of the tram lines? Plow to get rid of the tram lines? No, you could seed onto the tram lines and then they should go away. But if you have the tram line settings on when you seed, you're gonna get your tram lines again, because that's when the tram lines go in. You seed in your tram lines. So yes, plowing and then not seeding in new tram lines will get rid of tram lines. You can also just seed on top of them, frankly. But again, you gotta make sure you got that setting turned off. Can't afford the lime to do that field? No, I cannot afford the lime to do that field. That is true as well. Should be okay on the field we're working on, but Katie's on her own for Lime, dude. I can't help with that. Hi, Jolly. How's it going, dude? Welcome in. How's that tractor towing that? 250 horsepower in this thing, dude. This thing is a machine. This thing's a machine. I know. I also didn't think it would be able to pull it off, but it is. It's pretty wicked. I mean, it's balanced pretty well. You wouldn't need to wait. And the PTO, frankly, wouldn't be using that much of your juice. It would just be weight, really, is the only problem. And this tractor is got enough to pull it, at least. Hunkering down in a tornado warning here. You guys have a tornado warning over there? Oh my God, Jolly, I hope you're okay. We have an insane, just 4-day thunderstorm going on now. Yeah, we got some nuts weather out here, dude. Is it on console? The tractor? Yeah. Fiat Universal 650. Something like that. Try to just type in Fiat, F-I-A-T. It's the bright orange tractor. Should be on your mod hub there. Chase and Ethan, thanks for the follow on TikTok, guys. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're on Twitch as well. The Twitch is Sparx TV. S-P-A-R-X TV. Definitely the best place to watch if you're watching the stream long term, that's for sure. 250 horsepower. I know. It's nuts, dude. Okay, so that is good. We can actually leave this on while we do that turn. And then I think overlap is less of a problem now because it will automatically manage the overlap, I think. That will be burning lime in regular farm sim. But I think precision farming will manage that for us here. Does Clarkson's farm on Amazon make you angry as a literal and virtual farmer? What? Why would it make me angry? I think anytime farming is like entering kind of the public eye, that's usually a good thing. The problem with farming, and the problem most farmers have, is the general public doesn't understand them and doesn't understand what farming is or the problems that they face. So something like Clarkson's farm has done so much good for the public perception of farming. Jeremy Clarkson has done absolutely fantastic things for farming in the UK and awareness and, like, you know, farmers' abilities to share their experiences. No, if you're seeing that show and that's making you angry, I don't even know what kind of person that is that would be angry at something like that, to be honest with you. That it's only been good. If the way that they approach farming in kind of like a fun way bothers you, touch some grass, I guess. Like, that's the only reason I could think that it might be bothering people. But, like, I don't see any negatives, honestly. Sparx is ruining everything with his farming skill. Lack of farming skill. Thank you very much. I think it's just wild that Jeremy's doing manual labor. That's the crazy part. Yeah, you know what? If you hated Jeremy Clarkson before, you're valid. he was a piece of garbage. Made a great show. Top Gear was amazing, but he was quite famously not a very good person. Top Gear ended because of him acting like a whiny little baby. You know, I had no respect for Jeremy Clarkson before Clarkson's farm. I think he's turned it around a lot. It's great to see what he's doing now. Not only is he making a show, but he's actually, like, getting involved in his local politics and stuff like that. Like, he's become a much better person. I've gained a lot of respect for him, for sure. Grand Tour was great. Grand Tour was great, but it didn't need to exist. It should have been Top Gear since the start. I'm gonna need at least another 8 bags, so we're gonna do another 8 bags. Do those controls work the same as a real telehandler? Yeah, if you set them up that way. You do have to set it up properly if you want your controls to be proper. So, like, if you're in an excavator, forklift, telehandler, whatever you're doing, you have to set it up the right way. But then, yes, absolutely. Richard Hammond's banned at all the pubs in my area? Why? That's crazy, dude. Average person thinks farming is nothing but bad chemicals and government handouts to the rich. Yeah, that's always the weird one is, you know, I think there was a lot of, like, propaganda trying to paint farmers as millionaires that are taking all your tax money. And that did a lot of damage to farming. But, like, to actually understand what farming is, really, I think it's eye-opening for a lot of people. But yeah, you're right, Runty. That damage was done over the last few decades for sure. Leaving out the big three, what other group are the best Top Gear hosts? I didn't even watch any of the others. I don't know. The big three, they're the best. I haven't watched this new cast. I don't know if they're making anything yet. I thought it could be like, I thought that it had potential, but I haven't seen any of their episodes yet. I like that they brought in that Francis guy, because I always thought he was really educational, and it always seemed like he had like a genuine passion for what he was doing. I thought he would make a good Top Gear host, but I haven't seen him yet. To be fair, Farm Sim is mostly chemicals and government head. Farm Sim is for sure. Yeah. The Mod Hub is doing irreversible damage to the reputation of farmers. No, that is how people play Farm Sim. You're correct. You're correct. Yeah, I wonder. I doubt that has any real major real life impacts, but that is a funny observation at the very least. Okay, we're gonna go for that. What percentage is your force feedback? 100%, baby, at all times on all games. I keep that thing maxed out. I almost took off my thumb the other day, but like, it's fine. I had my finger in the hole of the wheel right here, and it twisted and forced on a loading screen. I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea. But I lived. We're fine. I got all 10 fingers still. Josh, thanks for the follow on TikTok. 5 Newton meters isn't even that much force either. It's just like, I had it resting so loosely on the wheel, and some weird force feedback bug in Forza just yanked it over. I thought I was gonna dislocate something, but that's all right. I'm alive. Not a lot of hazards in my my career here, that's for sure. The Monsanto link to Vietnam, I think, did it. Not just the Monsanto link to Vietnam. Monsanto as a whole also did irreversible damage to farming. Yeah, that's true. It wasn't the Monsanto link to Vietnam, by the way. It was Monsanto's use of their legal department, I guess we'll say. But then did they have... Yeah, I don't know. They got involved in some weird conspiracy as well, of like GMOs and stuff like that, which, if you're stupid, that probably did some damage. Monsanto's a bad company, or was a bad company. And I'm not going to their defense, but I remember growing up, and there would be crazies posted outside the mall handing out these insane tinfoil hat flyers about Monsanto and GMOs and how they were controlling your brain through tomatoes and stuff. Absolutely insane stuff. And Monsanto was the big bad guy in that as well. Monsanto is the big bad guy, but like, we gotta be realistic about this, you know. Wasn't paying attention. Santa Claus Vietnam. Yeah, Santa Claus Vietnam. You got it. Chris Harris, who's a great car journalist, was one of the replacement hosts, and even though I haven't seen him on Top Gear, he makes great car reviews. I think that's probably the way to do it, is bring more people from the car community. Yeah, I know the seed story, but that's too many letters. Yeah, so that one was legit. The thing about them, like, basically forcing farmers to use their seeds and then basically like turning farmers on each other to rat out their neighbors, so that they could legally go after farmers who hadn't, you know, weren't following the rules for their seeds and stuff like that. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. Monsanto, what's crazy is Monsanto and all of their products kind of still exist. They just got bought out by Bayer. Like, I'm pretty sure Bayer, they bought out all of Monsanto's like debt that they owed for all their legal stuff. I think they did it to get their R&D department or something like that. But the product still, like, Roundup is Monsanto, but now it's Bayer. But I don't think it's changed. Still Roundup. They do bug spray too. Yeah, keep that away from me. Although it's probably the stuff is it off? Probably. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. It works. It keeps the bugs away. I haven't been bit by a mosquito yet. So if it's the off deep wood stuff, just don't tell me. I don't want to know. Let me just pretend that's some sort of nice organic stuff. Not that any of it should melt your world because people need to lose the tinfoil hat. I think the problem with all of these like conspiracy theories on the internet, other than the fact that it's just making people stupid, is I keep seeing it be a replacement for the conversations that actually need to be had. Like every time a world event happens, people get all crazy with conspiracy theories, and then the actual conversations that need to be had don't actually get had. The one conspiracy theory that I would genuinely believe is that certain conspiracy theories are planted to distract the public from actually having real conversations and like making real changes, because I do see that happen. I see people who should be talking about the implications of real world stuff going on about some tangent conspiracy theory instead of actually being like, hey, this is a problem. Like, we should probably worry about this. It's crazy, dude. You know, it's funny that weed killer kills dandelions. Dandelions are really good for heart health. Has that ever really been proven? Like, I know that's one of those, like, it's been used in traditional medicine and stuff like that. But, like, I'd like to see the research behind that, because if I'm going to eat something as nasty as a dandelion, I want to be 100% sure that it's good for me. Dandelions are gross. I've eaten dandelions in salad. I've eaten like that dandelion honey. I've had dandelion tea. It's nasty. I need to be 100% sure it's keeping me alive longer if I'm going to eat that crap, dude. That's crazy. It's been proven. Okay, well, if you've got the research to back it up, if you could send it to me, that'd be great. We don't take things at face value around here. Does ginger actually help? Mildly. It's, again, like, the reality about a lot of traditional medicines is they're not concentrated or powerful enough to, like, cure cancer or something like that. But in those lower concentrations that they tend to be in naturally, they will have some sort of positive effect. So, like, yeah, ginger will help calm an upset stomach. That absolutely does work. You can try that yourself. But stuff like turmeric curing blindness, no. Stuff like carrots making your eyesight better, no. If you eat enough carrots, it'll turn you orange. That's about it. A lot of the stuff, like, to fix the problems that some of these traditional medicines are claiming to fix, the concentration needs to be incredibly high. And some of our, like, real life medications, like some of our things that we would consider to be lab medications, are from natural sources. They're just concentrated down into really high concentrations. You gotta be a little careful with traditional medicine, yeah. Cody, not that you shouldn't. I mean, if you're careful, eating dandelions is probably not going to hurt you. Eating ginger is not going to hurt you. Eating a spoonful of turmeric every day isn't going to do you any damage. So you could even just take the approach that, like, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but it's not going to hurt. So I think that's a reasonable approach to a lot of that stuff. Does the TV actually ruin your eyesight? The lies your parents told you? I think focusing for long periods of time on anything too close to your face can damage your eyesight. Like, the best thing to do, typically one repeated action of any sort interacting with your body is usually bad for your body. So yeah, maybe staring at a computer screen 1 foot away from your face 14 hours a day probably isn't good for your eyesight. As with anything else related to your body, put it in different scenarios. Stand up every once in a while. Don't sit for 8 hours. Don't look at the screen for 8 hours. You know, like, your body thrives when you use it more. Long story short, right? A spoonful of uranium kill me. You're there with big turmeric. Yeah, a spoonful of uranium will kill you. Don't eat a spoonful of uranium. That is a bad idea. Are there any mods for cooler contracts? I heard there was one for snow at some point, Walter. Yeah, I've never tried them myself. The contract phase is usually pretty short for me in this game, but I think snow clearing and deliveries would be sick. I would get a contract. I'd get a contract to do some trucking, that's for sure. Is watching Sparx good for your mental health? No. No, it is not. I don't think so. Does the backlight in the car actually blind you? No, your dad just told you that, so you turn the lights off. I mean, no, I mean, that's a little bit true. Like, if you turn the light on in the car in the dark, it is harder to see stuff out in the dark. So yeah, that was probably true. And yes, turning the radio down Confirmed. Turning the radio down actually does help you see better. It actually helps you focus on stuff happening outside of the car better with less like audio stimulation. So that one holds up as well. Yeah. There's one for deliveries and another for cutting grass on the sides of the road. Ah, that would be cool too. I like that. Used to sell radioactive water by way of a thermos. I know, it's actually crazy, some of the old products that used to exist around radiation, dude. That was crazy. I always wonder what are like do we still have modern day products where people are gonna look back in 50 years and be like, I can't believe we thought that was a good idea? Or are we like, have we gone over that hump now where we know what's good for us and what's bad for us more specifically than we used to? Who knows? I don't have an answer to that. I'm just curious if we're gonna be like, oh, I can't believe we used to drink cow's milk. That stuff was poison, shortens your lifespan by like 50 years. But like, because we've all been drinking it, we don't know. I've always wondered if that's gonna be the case. I don't think so. Like, I think it's been long enough. It's gonna be, if it's anything, it's gonna be like Zins or vaping. But we already know those things are bad, you know? Like, it's not like we're like, oh, vaping's good. No, that was actually, there was a phase. I remember that when I was in middle school. There were people who were like, yeah, vaping is good for you. You gotta do that. It's amazing. That did exist. Not that it was scientists, though. It was like 14-year-old morons. So maybe don't get your science from 14-year-old morons. Microwaves, maybe? Nah, if you understand the science of microwave, this is my favorite one. It is so... There's a lot of idiots around the microwave conversation. No, we've had microwaves for a really long time. We've got a pretty good grasp on how they work. And some people that like, we still don't know how microwaves work. We know how microwaves work. It's all good. We know how microwaves work. The worst thing a microwave could do to you is if you had an old, poorly shielded microwave, you might be exposing yourselves to higher levels of microwaves while operating it. But not at the amount that's going to cook you from the inside out. They do have to put do not consume on Tide Pods. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Listen, you got to play to the lowest common denominator out there. Vaping and smash hamburgers, both a hipster fad. Why do people hate smash burgers so much? They're okay. Like, they're fine. I did notice when I was in Sweden, there was a smash burger restaurant on every corner. Is this like a European thing? Are Europeans like obsessed with smash burgers right now? They were like a thing a decade ago, but they didn't take off the same way. Like, there was a couple of smash burger places. They're good. I don't know. I like them. They're just crispy beef burgers. They're not really anything special. The one that had a chokehold, there was two when I was growing up, the two food fads that had an absolute chokehold. And no, I don't think we're going to get to the point where we're like, these things were so bad for us. But cupcake, there were so many cupcake stores. I don't even know if you call that a bakery. It was just cupcakes. There's so many cupcake stores, and none of them were particularly successful, but they were like specialty cupcakes. And then the other one was frozen yogurt. There were so many people obsessed with frozen yogurt and so many frozen yogurt places opening up. There's a frozen yogurt place on every corner. Now it's protein and everything. Ooh. I think that one could be... I think we'll see some negative effects from protein and everything. Yeah, I think we'll see, like, mark my words, clip it, but like 20 years from now, I think the rates of colorectal cancer will be significantly higher than they should be because of protein in everything. Yeah, I don't think people are getting enough fiber, and I think they're like, I think they're skipping some of the other nutrients that they should be worried about by just trying to get protein into all of their food. And like, I also try and hit like a good 80, 90 grams of protein a day. But like, it's A, is not that hard. And B, I actually do worry about all of the other things that I need to worry about. Not just that. Why don't you want to eat bugs? Bugs are great, dude. Bugs are such an easy source of protein. Oh, they're so cheap. I don't think we need to be eating bugs. I don't think the government is trying to get you to eat only bugs. But like, I don't know. I don't think you should be scared of eating bugs. I've eaten crickets, cockroaches, scorpions, spiders. They're okay. They don't taste that good. I don't think they're going to catch on. But They're cheap to produce, I guess. UK is just pubs. Yeah, I don't think that's a fad. I think that would have died off by now. You guys like your pubs. I'm having trouble with force feedback on my Logitech wheel. On what game? On this game? This game sucks for force feedback. Just turn it off. It just doesn't work properly. Just shut it off and don't worry about it. Every other game should be fine. Unless you're talking about every game, then I don't know. You said only bugs. I want no bugs. You don't have to eat bugs. Nobody's telling you to eat bugs. What are you talking about? You can eat bugs if you want to. A lot of places eat bugs. It's just that we don't really eat that many bugs like in Western cuisine. But like there's places that have been eating bugs for thousands of years. So it's not like it's a new thing, you know? Remember Target in Canada? I do remember Target, dude. Yeah, Target was sick. But I never shopped there. Like, I also kind of see why it didn't stick around. I remember Target, but I didn't do a lot of shopping at Target. I'm part of the problem, I guess. Also, I bought way too much. I should have bought another 8 bags of lime. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm going to move this. I guess I'll just put it back. Yeah, okay. I'll clean that up later. No, I should put that in a better spot. Okay, hold on. I'll put it in a better spot. Let's be smart about this. Because this is going to start, like, stopping things from spawning. Okay, one sec. Y'all don't have Target? Target failed in Canada. Yeah, so they had Target here. They replaced a retailer called Zellers. And this should have been, it should have been obvious because there's this retailer called Zellers. It was virtually Target. There was nearly no difference. I think the difference was Zellers had a restaurant in it. They were virtually the same thing. And Zellers was failing. Target bought out tons of their locations and reopened them as Target. And then it failed, unsurprisingly. It's kind of like if a restaurant fails and another restaurant goes to take its place and then that restaurant fails, you're like, yeah, it's a bad spot for a restaurant. Target tried that on like a national level, dude. And unsurprisingly wasn't able to keep it together. But they also had like, I think what the diagnosis was for Target was the supply chain. Like, I think they failed to maintain the supply chain and then they couldn't keep stock in the stores. And that's what forced them out of business. Which allegedly that's the main reason. I still think it's because they replaced this failing store with basically the same junk. But maybe a bit of both. Then something replaced Target, then that store went out of business. I don't think, I mean, the Target that we had growing up in Sherwood Park, they just turned it, they split it. It became like a Chapters in a grocery store and like, they just got rid of it. I don't know if anything ended up replacing Target. That would have been so funny. Hudson's Bay, yeah, Hudson's Bay. Well, Hudson's Bay is not like tried and failed. Hudson's Bay just didn't keep up. It's kind of like Sears, right? Like, it wasn't a bad business. It's just like they failed to keep up with modern tastes. Like, a lot of what Hudson's Bay sold was stuff people were ordering on Amazon or getting at Walmart or getting at Canadian Tire. Like, just stuff that they could get in more convenient places. Hudson's Bay was not a convenient place to go. It was just like a bunch of different things in the least convenient place in your city. You never went to the Bay, you know? Hudson's Bay. So Hudson's Bay is the same Hudson's Bay from like the fur trade. Like 400 years ago, Hudson's Bay. The same company. And yeah, they just a couple years ago they officially wrapped up and closed their physical stores. They exist now.
Subscribed with Prime.
They exist now as like a kiosk in some other stores. Like Amy and I were at Canadian Tire. We saw Hudson's Bay kiosk in Canadian Tire, and that's it. 400 years of business, and now they are a kiosk in Canadian Tire. But like, that's just what happens when you don't keep up. Sears was the biggest fumble of all time. Like, that was crazy. They literally did e-commerce before e-commerce and then didn't do it fast enough. Like, they were the first ones to do e-commerce and then they didn't keep up fast enough. That's insane to be honest. It's comical, dude. Imagine if you were the first one to make a cheeseburger. You were the first one to make a cheeseburger. You started selling cheeseburgers. It was crazy successful. And then you went out of business because everybody started making better cheeseburgers. That's what happened to Sears, dude. It's actually bonkers. Akadosh, thank you for the prime sub for 27 months, dude. Welcome in. It's crazy to think Target failed up there. They're one of the biggest retailers around me. Like I said, it was supply chain issues, bad placement of stores. Maybe, I mean, it was pre-COVID, so I don't think it had anything to do with COVID. But everyone always likes that one as a reason. Are we successful enough yet? We are, Winter. We got it. We're selling peas out the wazoo, dude. All right. Lime is down. And I have money to rent the big tractor again, too, which is incredible. Are you in Edmonton now? No, Calgary. Calgary. The Gap? I mean, I think the Gap is still in business, aren't they? Just Gap. No, they're not the Gap anymore. Now it's Gap. Pretty sure they're still in business. The mall near me had a Zellers, a Target, then Hudson's Bay, and all three failed. I don't know. I like even malls. And this may be like part of the problem too, is all of these places they're mall stores. The Zellers is in the mall. Hudson's Bay is always in a mall. Target was always in a mall. And I think malls are kind of on their way out, if you ask me. I think online shopping has generally killed malls because it took away so much of its business that the stuff left in the mall I don't think there's enough there to keep them alive, you know. What am I looking for? I need a big cultivator, right? Okay, let's figure out our equipment here real first. So all my lime's over there. Let's return some of the stuff that we're not using right now. I made the same issue here. We have a Gap here in the local mall. Yeah, it's also a mall store. I don't know. Clothing stores, I still like physical clothing stores. I don't buy a lot of clothes online, and the experience I have is usually not very good anyways. I'm going to sell this as well. Okay, that'll be a little bit of money back. And then, yeah, I think I like this other stuff still. Yeah, that's all good. It's stuff we own anyways. Okay. Cultivator. Want to cultivate, right? Not plow? Yes. So let's look at our tractor first. So the tractor we're going to run, I think we'll run that same tractor again. Man, I wish I could buy it. 133K. Could I buy it? Getting that on discount would be so sick, dude. 133K. I don't think I've got enough to sell. I'm going to rent it this season, but I might end up buying it later. 360 horsepower. So cultivator with 360. I want kind of like a deeper cultivator, right? Not a shallow cult. I think we used a shallow cultivator last time and it was kind of bad. 440. Holy. Shallow. 630. Some of these are insane, dude. Shallow. Regular cultivator for 300 horsepower, 6 meters. Regular cultivator. Oh no, maybe that's the one. Oh, this one can just seed as well. 6 meters, 6 horsepower. Nope, 6 meters, 300 horsepower. It's only 6 meters though. Has to be done. I mean, can we rent a bigger tractor and then do a bigger, like what's another bigger cultivator? So 7.5 for 440. Okay, I see why it's 6 meters. The extra meter isn't going to make that big of a difference. We're going to do a deep cultivation this year. And it's just going to take a little bit longer, but we get to drive a cool tractor. Well, I want the other design, but that's okay. We get to drive a cool tractor. Wheel setup. We could do doubles. We could use some traction on here. Okay. I don't think we need additional back weights, do we? Actually, we might. Go like that. I don't need the nitrogen demand thing. 7,500 bucks. That's not bad. I can live with that. Okay, perfect. Joseph, thank you for the full 525 streak, dude. Holy crap, dude. Okay, that's good. Outlet malls are clutch, though. Outlet malls, I think, make more sense now than, like, conventional malls do. But, yeah, I mean, I think it will all go to, like, e-commerce eventually, probably. Oh, my God, I love this thing. Oh, it sounds good, too. Have I installed the Ford 8830? No, I don't think so. Not unless it's part of that pack that we use. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Uh-oh. Ooh, I think I messed up because the weight I've used. The weight is in the way. Oh no. Is that really what happened? Wait, or do I not have the right? Do I have the wrong attachment? No, 3-point. This is a 3-point? Why? Why is that a 3-point? Why couldn't I take off the 3-point? Oh, did I? Is that setting I had to do with the cultivator? Cultivator. What am I looking at? These are cultivator. Oh yeah, okay, this is the right thing. What? This seems a little bit silly. These should be compatible. Also, I would just take off this 3-point converter. Surely this doesn't need to be a 3-point. Do you think there's like a converter I could do? Do you think there's a converter in the mod hub for this? I know, those darn Europeans. That's what I'm saying. Well, what's crazy is the other one. The more expensive one is the proper hitch. What? Huh? So I couldn't use this one either? What did we do? So we didn't do anything wrong, but I need... There's no way to change this unless I can change it in the... Hold on, let me just see if it has another hitch option up here. I'm just gonna go to the mod hub real quick and see if there's a converter. I don't see any real life reason why you wouldn't be able to make these work, either by putting a 3-point on here or by removing the 3-point from this and putting a regular hitch on there. So this might just be an oversight. We're going to treat it as such. I'm just going to go for the mod. Pretty sure there is a converter for this. I have to double check. Okay, downloadable content. What the heck would you even put this in? Search. Three-point adapter for a skid steer. Maybe we have to search it with the dash in there. Point like that. We do get something else. Quick 3-point linkage adapter. That's for front loader attachments though. The 3-point European? Maybe. I'm just gonna try adapter. We're gonna search adapter. Lizard adapter 5R. You can connect all kinds of machines with 3-point connections to the front loader. Oh, to the front loader. Skid steer bumper hitch, 3-point linkage to wheel loader. That's also not what we're looking for. Oh, that hitch. Wait. Oh, no, that adds a hitch. Well, Richard telehandler, wheel loader to pick up and use attachments on a 3-point linkage. No, that won't work. There's a plow that comes with an adapter. What the heck would you call this? Or what category? Like if we just had it in a category. Miscellaneous, probably. No. Miscellaneous in this sense? Oh yeah. Okay, this looks like the right kind of thing. There's a red one in miscellaneous. There's a red one in miscellaneous. Transport box. Do you know the exact name by any chance? Or part of the name that's searchable? Platform support? No, that's for the header. Drawbar? That goes the other way. Hitch support? Hitch support especially justified by lizard motors to fit Volvo wheel loader. That's not what we want. It's a little metal bar. Mob just converter. Oh, maybe just converter. Oh, convert. Try convert. Wait, that red thing? This? No. This? Oh, yeah. Why is it so big? Can I get one that isn't huge? I am going to install that. Is there one that's just literally like a bar, though? Not 10 feet. Oh, here we go. That might. I'm gonna try that. That might do it. Okay, I got two options here. This says this works for every mounting frame. Take them up on that. I'm gonna start with the cheapest, and then if it doesn't work, we'll go to the more expensive options. And that's it. Okay, well, I mean, that'll do it. That'll do it either way. Gotta make sure we put these mods in, though. I just want to make sure I'm not doing something unrealistic. Like, looking at that, I feel like it would be an easy conversion to make in real life. Just, yeah, with like a bar or something like that. Or disconnecting that bar on the trailed lifter. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I think it's this one. The Unihide. Isn't it that one? I've already got it. I'm going to try that first because I think that might be what it is. Okay. Is there cultivators that come with the Plains and Prairies DLC? Yeah, but they're big. There's like a cultivator and an air cart for the Seed Hawk and stuff like that. But that's a planter. There is some large scale equipment. That's actually why we're doing this playthrough, is to get to that level. But I think that first mod you looked at showed the cultivator you were going to use to a tractor. I think so too. I think it would work. I just don't want it to be like so far back. I feel like that Unihide thing is actually what it is. Because I'm pretty sure that's why I had downloaded it. Or I think Austin had downloaded it for a save. And that's what had happened. Okay, so I'm going to try the Unihide thing first. Short for Universal Hydraulics was developed to give tractors, forage harvesters, telehandlers, and wheel loaders that only have a trailer company a hydraulic system. It's cheap. Should we try it? Test it for 137 bucks. Now, which side do you think we hook onto? I think this backside. I think we hook into there somehow. Okay. Like this. Favorite DLC so far? Oh, Highlands fishing, dude. Definitely Highlands fishing. That looks about right to me. A lot of hitches. Let's try it. And it's still not unrealistic because we're not using a PTO. That would be crossing the line. If we were using this to use a machine that needed a PTO, this tractor does not have a PTO. I feel like this is reasonable. We're gonna hook that up. I hope. Yes. Okay, that's what it is, chat. That's the one. The Unihide. I mean, the other ones probably work. Like, this may work. Trailer support plus attacher. That might work for cheap. This one also for sure would work. Oh. Yes, this one would for sure work. But it adds a lot of length to it, which we don't necessarily want because we're already quite long here. Yeah, let's take this over to. We're gonna do our big field first, I think, and then we'll do our little one. Also, I'm using GPS because we're saying that this tractor has GPS. I tried to do this field manually before, and it was a nightmare. PTO is the little yellow spinny thing that takes basically takes power from the drive shaft from the engine and transmits it to an implement, to a tool. Not all tools need it, but not all tractors have it. So if you have a tractor like this, which doesn't have a PTO, then I think the game may let you use PTO equipment, but technically you shouldn't be able to. This one has to be full hydraulic, so just the black cables. That's it, not the little spinner. He was doing extra concerns today because tickets for the first. I do not know what we're talking. Hold on, I missed something. Oh, something for the Netherlands. Okay, gotcha. Sparx and smart don't go in the same sentence. Ignore the fact that I'm driving in the neighbor's ditch. Don't worry about that. That is a crazy time to read that. All right, and we're gonna go up down in this direction. I want to start in the middle. Start in the middle. Okay, so we're gonna open that up. God, this thing sounds so good, dude. Okay, that looks good. Now, this will be the deepest cultivation we've done on this field. And can we go the other way? Work direction. Oh, that's AI worker. Hold on. $180 like that. Number of headlands 4? Yeah, okay, we could do 4. That's fine. And then I think we're just gonna go in the middle of the field. Use the map for this. I think that's close enough. See if we can pick up a line. There we go. We need the right gear. Okay, 9th gear seems to be the move. Talking about a concert. Oh, okay, I got you. That you went to today? Wait, who is this? Who's this concert for? That was like the only part of the conversation that I missed. That's crazy. No, I didn't catch it. Okay, and then we'll go to the end of the field. Let's see if we can do a full turnaround. That's good. Maybe those 4 headlands will be good for us, actually. That is a lot of space on the end, but that's all right. Would you consider doing an Australian playthrough? I'd love to copy your playthrough for it. Yeah. Australian playthroughs definitely one of the next ones I'm considering, because we've done North American now. We've done a UK playthrough. We've done an Asia playthrough. I think Australia would be a fun one. The only thing is Australia is gonna be kind of similar to what we're doing here. So obviously we're doing like large scale, big equipment, big tractors. So I don't know if I want to do Australia back to back with North American. I would maybe do, I don't know, I think like a retro Eastern European playthrough might be kind of cool. Like if we did like I mean, it's hardly Eastern Europe, but Poland, like a Polish playthrough on Sri Lanka, or depending on the map we can find too. But I'd like to do like a retro equipment playthrough. Of course, we don't use a lot of modern equipment on this one. It just depends what you farm, right? Like I use a bit of modern equipment on this playthrough, but it's only the spinach harvester. Everything else has been retro equipment because there's no way to harvest spinach at older equipment, basically. France or Italy, we did a France playthrough already as well, actually. That one was good. Italy could be cool. I don't know what to farm in Italy. South Africa would be another good one. I think South Africa would be fun. Poland's Eastern Europe. Poland is the most western edge of Eastern Europe, yeah. Well, Poland's pretty big. Ireland playthrough 100% only grass. I don't want to hear it anymore, Murray. Oh my god. Yeah. Irish playthrough only grass. You're right. You're right. My Riverbend Springs, I'm only doing 70s, 80s equipment. I kind of want to do a 1985 playthrough and only use equipment from 1985 or before. I think that would be sick. Or if we could figure out, like, you know, we start in 1980 and then as we get to the later years, we can use later equipment. So like, you know, 5 years into the save, we could use equipment from 1985. That would be kind of sick, I think. I think I want to go more hardcore for my next playthrough. I know that's already kind of an insane thing to say because our playthrough is pretty hardcore already. But like, I wouldn't mind doing a hardcore one. Almost ready for a logging playthrough too. We haven't technically done a real logging playthrough in Farmstead 25. We messed around with Silver Run a little bit, but I wasn't really vibing with it. I wouldn't mind doing a dedicated logging playthrough of some sort. The trick is just finding a good map to figure out something that'll do well on logging, you know. Poland's considered Eastern Europe. Our Polish neighbors are very nice though. Good. What DLC packs do you think I should buy? What DLC do I think you should buy? Anything that looks interesting to you. It pretty much is like face value with Farm Sim DLC. Like you don't have to kind of guess what you're getting out of the DLC. It tells you exactly what you're getting and the experience is exactly what it looks like. I don't think there's any mystery with the DLCs. Yeah, I think what you see is what you get for Farm Sim DLC. If it looks interesting to you, get it. If not, feel free to skip it. None of it's mandatory. There's no story in the game. You're not missing out on any achievements or unlockables or anything like that. If it looks interesting, it probably is. If it doesn't look interesting, you might surprise yourself with a DLC that didn't look interesting. Like, I don't think McDonald looked that interesting to me. But once I learned how it works and I started using it, I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. So I think there's a chance that, you know, something you don't think is interesting could surprise you. But I don't think there's much of a chance that something that you think you'll like ends up being bad. It's all pretty straightforward stuff at the end of the day. Dimitri, thank you for the follow on TikTok, by the way. There's some nice normal sized forestry maps on the mod hub. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I've done lots of animals. I've actually done horses and cows now in Farmstead 25. Horses, terrible, dumb mechanic. I'm not into it. Maybe that's kind of mean. I I don't know. I wasn't that into horses. I didn't think they were that interesting. I wouldn't do them again. Cows are one of my all-time favorites. I love doing cows. I water buffalo playthrough might be kind of cool, but it's just cows at the end of the day. I did Highland cows in the Highlands Fishing DLC on Kinlog, and that was great. Cows for me are very high maintenance. I find they're not very fun to scale because you just end up sitting there feeding cows for hundreds of hours. I'm not sure how much I like that experience, but man, my headlines are gonna be putting in work today, dude. The Sky Agriculture DLC coming out looks cool. The what? The Sky Agriculture DLC. Was there another DLC that was announced that I wasn't aware of? Dude, if this got announced over the weekend, I 100% missed it. I don't think another one's been announced, has it? Be cool if there's a story mode. How do I feel about a story mode? Yesterday to today. Wow, okay. I haven't seen this yet. No way, I haven't actually seen this. I have to take a look. Is it mod or a DLC? I don't think I would love a story mode, but I was pleasantly surprised by Farmer's Dynasty. That's Farm Sim with a story mode. If you want Farm Sim with a story mode, play Farmer's Dynasty. I did not expect to love that game as much as I did. I thought that was an absolute blast. And I had played like Lumberjack Dynasty, which is part of the same series, same devs, same engine, stuff like that. I didn't like it. It was corny and it was not smooth and had all sorts of problems. Farmer's Dynasty I really enjoyed. I would play that. It's official DLC. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I'll take a look at that. I wasn't aware. Well, maybe what time is it? 4:23. Maybe we check this out before we close up stream today. I was not aware that there was a new DLC out. I wish they'd utilize AI to farm random fields around the map. It would be so cool to see farmers working other fields where you drive around. There's a mod coming out for that, or out for that now. It does restrict the game in some ways, so the contract system would be a lot less usable if farmers work their own fields, because that's how the contracts work. The other thing is, it would really impact low-end like equipment. Like if you're playing on a nice 5080, you know, top-tier CPU, 32 gigs of DDR5, sure, you're gonna have a great time with that mod. If you're on Xbox Series S, if you put 2 other tractors in the game, your FPS is cut in half, dude. It's I see why it's not in the game from a technological side, I guess. But it would be cool. It's a cool feature, cool idea. I just see why they weren't able to put it in, you know? Sparx, I'm finally caught up on your videos. Oh, Cody, I'll have another one for you after today. Once we get this one published, I'll have another one for you. We're running the Ford again. Cultivating actually all of our fields. I was gonna say cultivating the peas. We're doing all of them. About a 9800 3D with a 5080. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You could do it for sure, dude. Gold Mining Sim Demo's releasing on the 11th? What? That's sick, dude. I got invited to the playtest, but I didn't play it because I don't really like doing playtests. I don't like playing a half-baked, and it's not like it's half-baked in a mean way. It's not done yet. I don't like ruining a game for myself or tiring myself out on a game before it's actually released. So I don't play playtests. I'll play a demo though. I'll play a demo, that's for sure. That's when you want to get like your opinion in and stuff like that, so that the devs can work on stuff that comes up during the demo. I mean, playtest is like that too. It's just like usually in much worse shape. Oop, shouldn't turn that like that. Wasn't really paying attention. Man, I gotta go get that piece. I don't know what I was doing there. I figured something out. You and Creepy are the same person. We're the same person. That's true. I told you guys this the other day. It's like with Ever, we're this hosted on the same machine. We're the same AI hosted on the same server, dude. Ridiculous. Finally got a tractor? I've had tractors. I do not own this tractor though. We will buy this. This tractor is affordable. This is 150K for this. Nothing. We'll be able to get this within a year, I think, for sure. We'll see how much money we make off of this harvest of peas, but I think this is going to be great. So no Star Citizen? No Star Citizen for me. No, I'll leave that one to, I'll leave that to Dad. I think I told him I was going to download it. I should probably go get it downloaded. Not a bad game. I've generally enjoyed every time I've played Star Citizen, but not enough to keep playing it, you know? Like, I've enjoyed each time, but it didn't hook me in a way where I was like, oh, I'm gonna boot this up tomorrow and play it again. It's always kind of been, oh, that was fun, I'll be back in 6 months, you know? We usually just play like multiplayer. Like, I'll play with my dad and we'll do a playthrough or a stream or something like that. That's usually good enough for me personally. Should I get a farm stick and a steering wheel for an Xbox S on Farm Sim? Yes. Yes, you should. You should get a farm stick and a steering wheel. And if you play a lot of Farm Sim, you're gonna get value out of that. Yeah. The hand tools were brutal. Saw one video, guy did same rules as you, but only allowed 1 acre. We started on less than 1 acre. We were allowed to expand off of that, but we started on, I think, 0.8 acres. Hand tools only. We cut the grass, we cut the trees, and then we farmed grass on that for a little bit. I'm gonna start another row. We farmed grass on that for a little bit. And it was good, but that's a hard start. That's hard. You're making like $500 a year, dude. It's good. It's a really fun playthrough though. Hella cool, but broken every patch and you fund it. Yeah, Star Citizen's a really cool game. I don't think it's a scam, but I think they've really poorly spent their budget. Like, and part of that I think is because they're learning how to make the game that they're making, but I understand the criticism that like the $1 billion or however much, I don't think it's $1 billion, but however much money they've made, we should have a better game than the current condition that Star Citizen is in. I think that's absolutely valid criticism at the end of the day. I give them a little bit of slack because I know, like, you know, if Rockstar made it or Bethesda made it, maybe it'd be further along. They've got a little more experience. They can spend that budget a little bit better, but I don't think it's a scam. You find a good play loop when then it breaks, but aesthetic Star Citizen is beautiful. I think that's what keeps it going, right? Is the immersion. The immersion and how it looks and just like the feeling you get when you play Star Citizen is really good. But yeah, it doesn't quite have the gameplay to hook me quite yet. Like there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, oh, I want to do this, and the answer is always, oh, that's planned for later. You know, I'm like, oh, I want to be a star trucker, and I wanna truck cargo around, and you know, I want to manufacture stuff on planets and get into industry, and the answer I always get is, oh, that's planned, that's coming. And it's happened to me a few times where I'm like, oh, can I do this? I'd love to do this, and the answer is always that'll come in the future. It's like, what can I do right now in Star Citizen? Tell me what I can play right now instead. Adding this cultivation to, if you have OCD, look away because what the heck is happening? I swear that this makes sense. This is a reasonable way to cultivate when you have GPS, but I know that it looks kind of insane at the moment. Yeah. Imagine if Farm Sim got $1 billion. I don't know if they could spend it well either. Like, I don't think you could just hand any studio $1 billion and be like, make your game $1 billion game. I don't know if it would be spent as well as if you had like a big dev or a big publisher or something spend that money. I don't know. Somebody hand Giants $1 billion and let's see what happens. I can't take the hit on this one, but if somebody has $1 billion, let's do it. Let's see what happens. It would be a better game, that's for sure. It'd be a good game. Want to do that? Play No Man's Sky? No, I tried that No Man's Sky. It wasn't what I was looking for. The whole industry thing. The only place I've had a genuinely fantastic industry experience in a space game is EVE Online. And EVE Online is a dry game sometimes. But that was the only place I got a genuine industry experience. It was the only game complex enough in that sense to keep me entertained. I was pleasantly surprised by Starfield and the industry in Starfield. I think it really lacked in the economy department and, you know, selling the stuff that you produced and feeling like you were actually making something worthwhile. But in terms of actually making the stuff, it was a blast. Making and transporting and stuff like that, it was so good. But it lacked in the economy sides of things, which I think is important when you want that. Is that why Dad spent your inheritance on it? On Star Citizen, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Got a settings guide for Farm Sim. Struggling with graphics for some reason. Serious random FPS stutters. Tried high and low graphics. No change, it seems. So, there is no one-size-fits-all graphic settings for this game. I would generally say start with the recommended graphics that your GPU application recommends for you. So if you're on NVIDIA, use GeForce Experience and just use those recommended settings to start. What you might be running into, Farm Sim is really bad at caching shaders. This is something that some games do the first time you launch it. So you boot up Roadcraft for the first time. It's like a 20-minute boot and it says creating shaders. Or you boot up Forza for the first time. It says optimizing for your PC. What they're doing is they're caching shaders. So they are using your graphic settings to pre-generate the shading effects in game. Farm Sim doesn't do this. Farm Sim does it in real time. And what you get is a really stuttery experience the first time you log into any map. I wish they didn't do it. I think they do it for the sake of short loading screens, but it's generally a bad idea. So for the first time you drive around any map, it's gonna be stuttery while it caches shaders. Not only does it do it in real time, but it's bad at it. It's not very efficient at caching shaders. And so it stutters in the process. What I would recommend you try, Corlish, is load into the game, hop in a vehicle of any sort, and drive around the map. Do a couple laps of the map, or more specifically, drive around the areas you plan to be in for a little bit, and see if it smooths out. It'll probably cache all the shaders, and then it'll be pretty smooth. Just don't change your shading settings, because every time you change your shading settings, it'll need to recache the shaders, and you got to start the whole process over again. Sometimes when there's an update to the game, you got to start the process all over again. It is an annoying little quirk of Farm Sim. They shouldn't have done it like that, and I hope that they fix it in the next Farm Sim. I'd rather they just pre-cache like everybody else, but that's how you get around it, basically. Speaking of spending $1 billion on a game, I really wish the devs of ATS would work on perfecting what's already offered in the base/current DLCs before pushing out more states. I run into so much lagging, crashing when in a convoy, running into invisible walls on roads that show as available on the map. I love playing it, but I think they need to focus on what they already have. You are getting some weird issues. Generally, I would agree that any developer should focus on what they've got before putting out more content. I don't have lag and crashing in American Truck. In Convoys, I do, but that's more of an internet connection thing. That's different. And then running into walls that say they're open on the map, I have never had that in American Truck or Euro Truck. That you've got some weird stuff going on in your game at the moment, huh? Convoys can be the Convoys thing is a little goofy, but servers aren't any better. I don't know if there's much they can do about that. I don't know if it's because they added that as a feature later or what, but the Convoys experience in those truck sims are a little rough. The lag and crashing we haven't figured out. I play fine solo, but I'm lagging in a combo when my ping is perfect. I don't have crash issues with other games, so I'm assuming it's not a PC game. Well, the problem with American Truck is if you're driving in a convoy and even if your ping is perfect, the other players aren't, and the traffic seems to be local to certain players. So your ping could be flawless. You could even be the host, but the traffic will still be laggy and the other trucks will still be laggy because the other players are lagging out or have a high ping. I don't know what the solution to that is, because obviously not all games have that issue. I don't know if it's because like you host it and other games have dedicated servers. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's an issue with your PC. I don't think so. I think it's just because Convoys isn't a terribly good system, honestly. Even when we played with the developers, we had problems like that. Like we still ran into all sorts of crashes and stuff playing with the devs. How much is your farm sim setup? Oh, nothing that crazy, to be honest with you. Couple $100 for the important bits. This wheel's a little overkill. You don't need a wheel like this for farm sim. Joysticks are about 130 each, and then you don't need a driving rig either. You can just bolt this onto a desk and you're good. The SimTask farm sticks. Ready for another playthrough with you and Austin? Yes, there was something I wanted to test though. There was something I wanted to test to see if it was worth our time in that playthrough, but I can't remember for the life of me what it was. Maybe because we've already tested spinach versus peas. I think I wanted to test maybe some of the modded stuff in this map just to see if it was worth it. Bly,
it's the Bly that just resubscribed at tier 1
here.
for 13
Phil, welcome
months.
back, guys. Bly, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 13 months. Welcome in. And how was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. Chat, please go give Bly a follow there on Twitch. Just at the top of your chat, hit that little heart. Awesome guy, farm sim streamer, as well as real life farming that you need to go see, and a few other little things in there as well. Bly, welcome in. How was your stream? What the heck were you doing today? I never know what I'm getting when Bly raids in. Guys, welcome in. Those coming in with Bly, welcome to the stream. We're doing our hardcore Canadian playthrough right now, and it is an absolute blast. I'm a good Jaden, welcome in. Cody, thank you for the follow. RA, thank you for the shares on TikTok, guys. I appreciate that. Good to have you. Welcome in. Just gonna go to the other side of the field now. I did enough of that side. Let's go and do this one. Jaden, thank you for that follow. We're gonna have to go check out that DLC here in a minute. Before we raid out, we will go look at that DLC that was just announced, because that sounds freaking awesome, dude. Oh, is it blocking drains? Were you playing Drain Sim? Oh my god, I love Drain Sim. That game is so good, dude. How far did you get? What level were you on? I feel like you should do the same challenge with a higher goal, like 5 or 10 million. Now I feel like you guys don't benefit the game enough because it will set you back too much. So we've kind of secretly set it up like that, Mike. I've explained this to chat before, but basically season 1 of the series we're doing now is first to 1 million, and then we figured if we enjoy doing it and people enjoy watching it, we could just do like season 2, and season 2 would be first to 5 mil, or we could do season 3 and go first to 10 mil. Like, it's the possibility is there. We've considered this option as well, because we thought that going straight to 5 mil would be too high of a goal. So we figured we would just do it as another season if we really wanted to keep it going after we race to 1 million. How do you get the mods that you downloaded from Mod Hub on a farming sim? It should just do it automatically. If you download it from Mod Hub, it should just do it automatically. In-game Mod Hub or like the website. Completed the game and started running it back to beat our times. Oh my god, dude. Are you like a competitive Drain Sim player? That's sick. I'm gonna have to come check that out. Yeah, we're not that far in, but the game is tons of fun. Oh, on the online one, there's a folder that you have to put it in. So you'll download the zip files from the web one, and then there's a folder you have to put it in. Can't remember what it is or where it is, but that's it. Just search up what folder you have to put the mods in, and you'll be good. I just can't remember where on your PC it'll be located. I'm good. Wyatt, welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, the SimTask farm stick is the sticks we're using. Man, with how noisy this thing is, you think it'd be able to pull a bigger cultivator. Although that is a big cultivator. I guess, like, it seems small in terms of farm sim size and the size of this field, but like if you actually think about the size of that cultivator, it is massive. Especially since it's wider than this tractor. Okay, never mind. I'm shelving my complaint. I'm redacting my complaint. I think it actually makes a lot of sense. I need more room on this side. I might put a road over on this side of the field. Although I don't really know if I want to lose all that productivity just yet. Hold off on that. I move water every time it rains on my yard, so Drain Sim is my game. I like that. We've had, I don't know what the rain's been like out there. We've had non-stop rain for like a week now. It's been brutal. I think it's still, it was going when I started stream. So I can't imagine it has stopped in that amount of time. Yeah, it's bad. There's some flooding, I guess, in some parts of Calgary, but I'm good. Haven't had anywhere we are. We're not really at risk of flooding, so don't have to worry about it yet. Had 10-minute shower earlier, flooded the roads. Flooded the roads with 10 minutes of rain. Oh my God, dude. Must be just like that everywhere. That's crazy. And you guys are nowhere near where we are, that's for sure. A rainy month, I guess. I mean, that's good. We did end up getting snow at one point in May, so I'm just happy that it's rain and not snow for once. Done with the snow, that's for sure. Yeah, you're in the UK, exactly. Amy and I drove through the mountains on our way home last night. And it's snowing and stuff up there. It's crazy to, you know, it was June 1st, we're driving through the mountains and it's just snow everywhere. It wasn't that cold though. It was like snowy and 5 degrees, which was kind of nice actually. Dude, I love the way this tractor feels in first person. I might just keep it in first person for once. This thing feels so good, dude. And it feels so cozy, and the tractor's so noisy, but you don't hear it as bad in first person. So maybe I'm just doing it so I don't hear the tractor so much. There we go. Well, this didn't take as long as I thought it would for this field. I thought we'd be out here way longer. But we just have the headlands after this, and we're set. Ended up looking really good. I don't know what size of rocks those are, though. We might put those, we might roll those after planting, just to get them out of the way. But I'll check the size first. How much is Farm Sim 25 on Xbox? Oh, on Xbox, $5 more than wherever else it's sold. It's gotta be still probably around a $45 game, probably. I don't think they usually drop the prices on the Farm Sim games until the next one comes out, but it's also not like a $70 game. I think they release for 40 or 45, and then they pretty much stay that way until the next one comes out. Might be on Game Pass though. It was on Game Pass at one point. Still might be, honestly. Free with Game Pass. There you go. On PlayStation, it's 50 euros. Holy, that's even more expensive. Not for the base game. 50 euros for the base game? That doesn't make any sense. No. That's got to be with some DLC or something like that. Love the rain. Don't have to worry about evacuating from fires when it's rain. See, that's what we were saying too. Is the rain, like driving in the rain sucks, whatever. You can't go out walking or running or anything like that, whatever. The flooding, fine. The benefit is that we don't have to worry about the fires around here, because we get such bad fires in the summertime and the springtime. So like just having the rain and not worrying about fires is a huge benefit, that's for sure. I think it's base game, but now that you say it that confident, I'm not sure. That just seems really expensive, because 50 euros is a lot of money, and that seems really expensive. Has it rained for a week in Ontario? Can you share some? My garden's getting pretty dry. You guys might be fire central this year. Again, I think you guys got it bad last year, didn't you? First, if I know what you're talking about, do you have to download every single mod that you download off of ModHub on the web, off of the file? So you have to go copy, paste, copy, paste. You have to download every single mod that you download off the ModHub on the web. You don't have to open the file. Like, you know how they're zipped? You can just put the whole zip file into the ModHub. Whatever you downloaded from the ModHub, just copy and paste all of them into the mods folder, and you'll be fine. That should do it. Don't unzip them. Just copy and paste them all in there. Should be okay. I was meant to be silaging at home this week. Rain said no chance. Yup. At least for silage, I mean, I don't know about over there, but like silage isn't as scary when you get rained out. A little bit worse when you're sitting on like 1,000 acres of wheat and you get rained out, but like I feel like silage, you get a little more leeway when when it's a little wet. A few years ago, we were evacuated and then came home to rain and flooding. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, we didn't get evacuated. We were very close. We didn't get evacuated about 4 years ago when it was really bad in Hinton. But yeah, we were ready to go. They said we had to be ready to go within 2 hours or something like that. And it never got that bad. The town beside Hinton, Edson, I believe, got evacuated, and the other town on the other side got evacuated. They got away. That town actually like burned down. And they got evacuated too, obviously. Actually, Amy and I were just there. They're still rebuilding and stuff like that. Looks really good, but Phil had a whole heat wave to do it and chose to show bulls and said, oh, well, we can't feel so bad then. We can't feel so bad. You got to do what you got. Was this for fun show bulls or was he selling bulls? We visited Hinton and then carried on a holiday. You visited Hinton and then carried on a holiday. There wasn't much to do in Hinton for holiday. That's probably just passing through, hey? Found a TikToker that puts ad break every hour for 2 minutes, even on Twitch too. Every hour for 2 minutes. On TikTok? That's crazy. I mean, that's a move. Every hour for 2 minutes isn't too bad. That's actually below the minimum for no pre-rolls. They must make a lot of money on pre-rolls or something like that. You should do 3 minutes an hour and then have no pre-rolls. That's the nicer way to do it, because pre-rolls are way worse. Saw a John Deere 9830 plowing the other day. Dang. 9830. We got like brand new stuff out here. I saw a Lost Zarion 5000 on the way to Hinton. That was about it. There wasn't a lot of tractors out this weekend, that's for sure. You mentioned the town near me that was evacuated to Hinton. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yes, Jasper got evacuated to Hinton, that's right. We had some people come from Edson as well, I think, too. But I think they were encouraged to go the other way. He's got good bulls, to be honest. Belgian Blues, me and my daughter did well. But did you do it as a competition or were you selling? There we go. I think this is our last strip down the middle, and then we just have headlands, and we are done. Or did I miss that part? You might have answered. Oh, competitive short. Okay, gotcha. Well, that's pretty cool. Did you win anything? Did you win prizes? Should I buy the DLC with the Ford? That's this tractor right here. That's what this one's from. If you like North American style farming, yeah. If you just play UK maps, don't bother with the Plains and Prairies DLC. But if you like American or Canadian farming or even Australian farming, then yeah, you should get Plains and Prairies. It's sick. This is my first playthrough where I'm really focusing on this DLC. And the tractors are freaking awesome, dude. Goes towards the value when we sell. Interesting. Goes towards the value when you sell. I know nothing about that. We never did any of that. We just had we had beef cattle, but they didn't get shown. Just turned into burgers. We had to go to Hinton. There was no other way. No, Jasper had to go to Hinton. Oh, you mean Edson? Oh. People from Edson went to Hinton. Oh, maybe that... Wait. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe you're right. We had a lot of people in town that year. That's for sure. From all over the place. And that is it. Perfect. Okay. Let's do... I mean... I don't even really have to do the headlands per se. I just need to do this other side here. Well, we'll start with this side, I guess. Ah, what is this nonsense? Yeah, I think that's more than 4 widths. So let's just cut that one real quick. That is just a messy turn at some point. And then... that also seems like it's too far, but let's see if it'll grab a line. That's where it wants to go. Okay, so we'll just... I think that's 4 width. Actually, that's 3 widths. All right, that's good enough. I'll just come back for this little bit on the other pass. The highway was a slow crawl to hell. Everyone leaving and going to Anton. Oh my god, that is that's scary. I remember seeing videos and stuff from that evacuation. Do you log? Not on this playthrough. This map has no logging stuff. I love logging on this setup. Like the dual joysticks is incredible for logging. But this map has nothing for trees. You get these guys on the sides of the field. There's a small little, just out that way, there's a small little logging area, but it's like you use a chainsaw. Not enough to care about, that's for sure. I could go all the way to the edge here. This field is already done. I think I might have hit my other field. Yeah, that's okay. That one needs to be done anyways. All good. Thank you, Bly. Enjoy. Thank you again for the raid, dude. I hope you had a good stream. Some startup cache lumber. Yeah, there's a couple spots here where if you're doing a hardcore playthrough, you can pull it off. Like we started with some trees that were on our property. I wouldn't even call it logging though. We cut down the trees that were on our property. There is a place where you definitely could make a little bit of cash. We did it in our playthrough against Austin. I bought that land and then put some logs on there. Might end up using it for production, I think was the plan. But again, I might have to go back and watch that episode to remember what the heck we were working on, because I genuinely can't remember. I won't drive on the neighbor's peas. We'll go around this way. That's enough. Oops. I didn't mean to put that down again. Like over here. What are we grabbing? Yeah. I need to go back for that corner. That's okay. That'll do in the meantime. Can you buy the beams to build the shed on a riverbend? You can buy any piece of that. Anything you're buying or anything you're building on a map, you can buy the supplies from a warehouse. Nothing wrong with doing that. They are way more expensive than if you took the time to make them yourself. But if, you know, you got the spare money, you may as well just buy them. I think when we did the temple in Hatan, the Asia map, we bought the roof tiles because concrete's not a very fun thing to make. So I think we ended up buying the roof tiles for that, but it was thousands and thousands of dollars of roof tiles. They're not terribly friendly to buy. There we go. And we'll do this close one if we can move that fast. Not gonna lie, you make it look so much more fun because you have a steering wheel. It's definitely a lot more immersive. It's definitely more relaxing to use a steering wheel. I think obviously the core of the gameplay is the same in terms of the farming side of things, but operating the equipment is a lot more fun with the steering wheel. Yeah, I would say in general, steering wheels made a lot of my games way more fun. Like farming sim, instantly way more fun. Obviously Euro and American Truck, no brainers. Every racing game I played, I was like addicted to racing games for a while there. It just had such a huge impact. Yeah, the steering wheel is worth getting. Like if you're interested in having a steering wheel, I promise it will have as big of an impact on your gameplay as you think it will. It really does make a big difference. What's a small step up from a T80? Budget is tight. A T128 is currently the best budget buy on the market. There's nothing else at that price point that's even worth your time. T128 is the go-to budget. T80 is a rough wheel. Not a big fan of the T80. They do have another one called like a T98, which is a marginally upgraded T80, I think. But a T128 is what I would do. Logitech doesn't have anything in that price point. Moza doesn't have anything in that price point. Fanatec, obviously not. The only thing you find down in that price point is like that garbage stuff you see on Amazon. PXN has some stuff down there, but I am not a fan of PXN. I still haven't had a good experience with them. And I get a lot of complaints about PXN in the chat. That combined with the fact that I've never had a good experience just doesn't let me recommend PXN, to be honest with you. US price for T128, 200 regular price, I think. Goes on. I've seen it on sale for like 150. I've seen it secondhand for under $100. Definitely would hold up secondhand. You could do that. My dream vehicle in real life. Ooh, so it's a GT3 RS, but I don't think a GT3 RS is a terribly practical car. And even though I love the car, I don't just want something that I have to take out to the track. I want something that I can actually drive. So I think, I don't know, I'm going to mess around with some of the stuff that Porsche offers and see if there's anything like all-wheel drive that I'd be comfortable like speccing out for the wintertime here. Not that I'm ever going to get one of these things. I just, you know, I like the practicality of it. There's some people around here that drive like Audi R8s, Aventadors you see specced out for the wintertime here. There is an all-wheel drive Carrera or something like that. Panamera, I don't know. I think the Carrera's all-wheel drive. I can't remember. You see them specced out for the wintertime here. Mercedes SLS, AMG SLS. You see specced out for the winter here. What others like? Sports cars. You see those R8s all the time. Those are sick. Trying to think of what else people actually put together for the wintertime here. Farmer was spraying the field across the street yesterday. I swear it was like watching an AI in farms. It kind of is, because they're probably, maybe not, but they're probably using GPS, right? So they are using almost an identical system to do the field, right? Like, especially in the modern equipment, the algorithms that calculate the most effective path or the most efficient path to drive on are exactly the same for the real life systems versus the AI in game. So it probably virtually was, you know. 69 Mustang Shelby GT with snow tires. No, I would go all-wheel drive for sure. I think my dream car that I could actually get one day, I think if I'm realistic about it, my real dream car is one of those Corolla GR Corollas or GR Yaris's. I think the Yaris's are kind of hard to get here. I think you got to bring them in from somewhere else, but GR Corolla I think would be sick. Any sort of rally car for me I think would be fine. Even like not a huge fan of like the WRX. I think it's kind of a fat car, like kind of a long car for what it's trying to be. That one wouldn't be bad either. Just something light, all-wheel drive, high horsepower that would be fun to drive in the winter. Like, I don't want a car that I could drive in the winter, but I gotta baby it. I want a car that was designed to be driven in the snow and fun to drive in the snow. And rally cars, obviously, like, they just fit that bill. On top of the fact that I just love rally and I think it's the best motorsport of all time. I think those would just be the most fun vehicles to have here. I could get a truck, but I don't really have any interest in trucks. I've never been interested in pickup trucks. I don't have any use for one. I don't tow anything. I don't want a boat. I don't want a trailer. I have no reason to get a truck. I want a little car is what I want. Yeah. A Lancer? Yeah, yeah. If you want to go like on the cheaper end, on the more affordable end, I don't know if those... What are those Lancers actually like? You see them all the time here. Are they any fun to drive? Ford Escort Mark II. Obviously, like, Ford's modern selection is pretty rough now. Like, I don't even think they still sell the Focus here. Fiesta, I don't even know if they ever did sell the Fiesta. The Focus RS was kind of the closest you could get for a rally car from Ford. You could probably find one used here decently. 4Runners can be nice. Yeah, I've got no interest in the truck. I want something a little more maneuverable. I like the idea of something a little more compact for driving in the city. My car is relatively small. Amy's car is even smaller than mine. And I love the feeling of driving it in the city. It's so nice. It's so relaxing to just not have to worry about space, you know? Feel right at home with the Ford tractor. I know, right? We never had anything this big, but the paint job definitely brings back the memories, that's for sure. Most people who have a truck in America don't need one. They need a sedan or a wagon. Yeah, that's true, but they need their trucks to feel like a man sometimes. So let them have their gender affirming trucks. My wife loves her 25 VW Taos. I've seen those. I don't really want to cross over an SUV. Those little Golfs might be fun though. Do they sell an all-wheel drive Golf here? Or Polo? We don't have the Polo here, but that might be kind of cool. Oh man, I can't even pull this. Never mind, that's the fastest I can pull this. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just running the older case that's on Mod Hub last night. I think I've actually put that one in the game. I'm not sure. Game is Farming Sim 25. And a couple Chevy S10s. They were awesome with weight in the back during the winter. I'm sure. Yeah. Won't catch me in a truck probably. I think all the Golfs are all Golfs are all-wheel drive? What am I? Oh, the Jetta is what I was thinking of. Jetta's not all-wheel drive, is it? Audi's got some pretty good all-wheel drive stuff too. I always forget about that most Audis are all-wheel drive, which is sick. Oh, did I get this corner? Oh, never mind. Oh no, Golfs are okay. Golfs, most are front-wheel drive. It's a little bit different here too, right? Like you gotta remember the market I'm in. Go. Get a VW Rabbit? Never heard of it. Most Golfs are two-wheel drive. Oh. Boring. I want an all-wheel drive one. Fun fact, Farming Sim is way more realistic than most people think. That's how I learned how to run half of the farm equipment I do now. I mean, the basics are all there. I think if you compare it to real-life farming, it's definitely like a super simplified version. But in terms of like what equipment does what and generally how to use it, yeah, it's absolutely there. In terms of like irrigation and nutrients and all that stuff. Weather's not even a factor. Not so much, but see, I like having these fields separate, but when it comes to this part, this is where I don't like having them separate. I wonder if we could get them to cooperate with the GPS here. I think I was running it with a GPS across the 3 fields before. Hold on. Rear-wheel drive and a sideways dream, only way to conquer winter. I can drive rear-wheel drive during the winter, and it can be fun, but I don't like having to think that hard while I drive all the time. You know, sometimes I like when the car does a little more work. I like when you can just let it do its thing and it feels good to drive. All-wheel drive in the wintertime is a skill. And I think there's a certain amount of fun to mastering that skill, but I don't want to do it. I want the car to thrive in the snow, you know? All the small things aren't realistic, but basic operation of equipment's pretty close. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I own semis, so I'm used to drive B vehicles. What is drive B vehicles? What does that mean? What I missed, we're just doing our cultivating now with our brand new giant tractor. Okay, and then if I set this one, oh, I think this will work. Let's try it in first person here. I messed up that corner, but that's okay. And then this should stay synced more or less. All these fields are exactly the same size. So even though I'm past the line, it should actually work. See if this holds up when we start doing more and more lines. The old VW Passat has all-wheel steering. Horrible. Could you imagine? Holy, I didn't realize that was so yanked over. Obviously, semi-trucks aren't as realistic, but that's hard to get perfect. Semi-trucks, like, usually the problem is just the way people play the games. Like, I think I see a lot of people being like, oh, American truck isn't that realistic. Oh, see, now it's... we may have to do this manually. That's okay. They're like, oh, American truck isn't that realistic. And the traffic reacts weirdly, and they've got all these comments, and then I'll watch people play, and they're playing with all of the assists on. They're driving 160 miles an hour with a modded truck. They haven't touched any of the realism settings, like reducing the load stability and stuff like that down to realistic levels. And it's like, yeah, you gotta play it realistically if you want a realistic experience. I think those games are the closest, in terms of like physics. I think those games are the closest. Actually, in terms of overall experience, I guess they would be too. But you do have to play simulators realistically for them to feel realistic. I think there's still a lot of people who are taking simulators and they're playing them. They're playing like Farm Sim with government subsidies. They're playing Euro Truck on a keyboard, and then they're going online and talking about realism. And like, everybody's got the right to talk about realism, but we gotta be realistic here, you know? Traffic is also dumb in real life, so I don't get that comment. That, I feel like that usually comes from people who don't actually drive in real life. Like, when I see people say stuff like, oh, the traffic still makes mistakes or makes weird decisions in American and Euro Truck, it always seems to come from like kids who I'm just assuming aren't driving. Because like, yeah, if you drive on the roads, I've never been in my car and driven in a place where everybody's making good, perfect decisions all the time. People drive like morons constantly. I would expect a game that's claiming to be a simulator to be the same. Taxi Life was like that too. People were like, oh, the traffic gets into accidents sometimes. It's like, yeah, people get into accidents. What's your point? That's it, and it felt on purpose. In Taxi Life, it felt on purpose. You could tell that they were doing it on purpose. But people like, terrible traffic system, gets into accidents. It's like, that's a feature. That's how traffic works. That's what driving on the road is like. Bonnie, thanks for that follow on TikTok. Appreciate that. Last time I got cut off in a semi while I was about 110 kilometers an hour. I was inches away from hitting them. Oh yeah, in semi trucks, it's way worse too. Like, if anything, the traffic in American and Euro Truck is too good. It rarely, if ever, gets backed up. You get the occasional cutoff, but nobody's like, you know, you don't have cars that are whipping into your space between the car in front of you. Like, it's still better than real life traffic, honestly. Wouldn't it be boring if they didn't mess up? I agree with that. I think it would be boring if the traffic didn't mess up. It'd be boring and unrealistic. But I don't know if some people just need something to complain about or if they genuinely want perfect traffic. But yeah, I like that. The density of the traffic is the only thing. Like, I feel like the density of the traffic is meant to be fun. I don't think a lot of people want to sit in traffic for 9 hours. So I always got the sense that the traffic density was the way it was, so that it didn't feel so too realistic, I guess. Same thing with Forza. Like, the traffic density in Forza, I think you got to remember how the average Forza player plays. they're not going to be able to handle actual Tokyo traffic, obviously, even if the game can, which maybe it can, maybe it can't. I don't know. The average Forza player can't even stay in their lane, let alone handle like Tokyo traffic, dude. It's crazy. Most people haven't been taught the difference between semi-trucks and normal vehicles, so they don't understand how much difference it is. No, and that's true too. I think that's probably something that like driver's training could do a little bit better, is like you'll watch dash cam videos of trucks and people will be like, the truck didn't even try to brake. It's like, you can't brake in 10 feet with a full load on a semi-truck, dude. Like, comment sections really make you realize how dumb the average person actually is. It's a little bit horrifying. But yeah, you're right. I don't know when they would learn that. And to me, it seems like common sense. Big vehicle, take longer to stop. But I knew a lot of people that dropped out of physics, so maybe not. Maybe that's not common sense. I have no idea. Good luck against 30 tons. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you'll win that fight, I guess. I get cut off constantly in my garbage truck. Yeah. And like getting cut off in a truck is a lot easier than getting cut off in your road car. It's kind of hard to get cut off in a road car because they're so maneuverable. Like, it's not really a big deal if somebody takes up the space in front of you. But in a truck, it's a big deal. It's getting cut off is a lot easier to do than it is in a road car. That's for sure. I'm good, Hen. How are you? And Ethan, welcome in as well. I'm good. Don't like that I have to do this. Sorry, this is taking more focus to do this manually than I thought. Yeah, the realism conversation on the internet is hard to have. It's so bad on Facebook. I don't know if you guys have ever... I've been posting my content on Facebook lately because Meta asked me to give it a shot, which has been awesome, by the way. I will say generally the Facebook community is good. They're a lot more like they feel like real people compared to, you know, TikTok comment sections sometimes, which can just literally feel like bot comments. But they feel like real people. But some of the people on that platform are... I think they might be dumber than YouTube Shorts watchers. I think not all of them, obviously, but like, I think I see more stupid comments on Facebook. I think the difference is like YouTube comments are dumb, but Facebook comments are confidently dumb. Like, they will argue with you about something they're definitely wrong about, but they'll fight tooth and nail about how they're right, even if it's like the most verifiably incorrect position possible. I don't know where that comes from. I guess that's just what Facebook does to you. Don't go on Facebook, kids. Getting cut off isn't as always a big deal. However, it is when you have a collision detection system on the truck, which will go full out on the brakes. I have not had that experience. That sounds terrible. My driving teacher tried to get me to cut off a semi while we were driving, so I didn't hold up two people behind me. That's crazy. TikTok is the bad drivers. Twitch is the convoy on your team. I think... Is TikTok are TikTok bad driver? I don't think so. It's hard to... I don't know which platform has the worst drivers. Facebook's got the worst grasp on what's possible in video games and what's realistic and what's not. Instagram has the most racial slurs. That's about all they do. TikTok is a lot of like, what game is this, even though it's on the screen. Like, that's probably the big one I get there. Is like, they won't read the caption or the hashtags or even wait for the video to finish. They're the quickest to ask, like, what game is it? Is it on console? Even if it's mentioned in the video. That you get that the most on TikTok. Most other platforms have that figured out. TikTok has a shorter attention span than YouTube, therefore they must be worse drivers. I don't know. I would actually say TikTok is better for attention span than YouTube Shorts. But there is a difference between YouTube Shorts, like the average YouTube Shorts commenter, and the average YouTube long form commenter. YouTube Shorts, that's the lowest attention span for sure. Instagram is the Wild West. Instagram is the Wild West. That's probably true. YouTube Shorts is fake YouTube. You can almost consider it another app, dude. And Matt, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Welcome in. I don't know if TikTok is a bunch of 12-year-olds. YouTube Shorts is definitely kids. TikTok is a lot of... Now it's a lot of millennials and older Gen Z, which is weird. There's a lot of like blue-collar millennials on TikTok. This would surprise me. I thought they'd be on Facebook, but it's older blue-collar on Facebook, like Gen X and up for Facebook. It's millennials on TikTok and Gen Z on TikTok, and then it's like Gen Z and Gen Alpha on YouTube Shorts. I don't know what Instagram is. I still Instagram's a weird beast. I don't really know. It's actually the least active platform. I will say it has a lot of users, but people are the least likely to engage on Instagram. Even if your views are really high, I don't know how they calculate it. They must calculate it on like watch time. Because like Instagram gets really, really low engagement compared to other platforms. 100,000 views, you can have like 20 comments. If you got 100,000 views on any other platform, TikTok can be 150 comments. Facebook, probably 50 to 100. Instagram, you get 100,000 views and 5 comments. It's weird. Twitter, I don't know anything about Twitter. I don't go on Twitter. Instagram is ancient people that started posting when early Call of Duty started off. Instagram's a lot of brands right now. Like I don't even know if people go on Instagram. It's like just my feed is like advertisements for everything. There's more advertisements than there is content. And I'm following actual content creators, but it's like it's bordering on LinkedIn right now. Not my favorite platform to scroll. I feel like I'm scrolling the capitalist apocalypse when I'm over there. Still not conquered Instagram mentally? No, that's fair. It's in a weird spot. I don't think it knows what it wants to be right now. It used to be like the more polished social media platform, but then I think that really just let brands kind of take over, and now it's like just branded social media. It's kind of I don't know. You get more ads? You get more ads on TikTok than Instagram? No way, dude. There's absolutely no way. Can I buy your Instagram account if that's the case? Because that's impressive. That is impressive, dude. Luke and Matt, thanks for the follows. Appreciate that. Story, actually, you're right. Instagram does do stories. Instagram is the only platform that does stories, and people actually watch them, and people actually care about them, and they engage with them. Instagram does stories. That's their redeeming feature, 1000%. I try to only follow people I know on Instagram and doom scroll TikTok and Twitter. Maybe that's the strat. That's true. That was Facebook for me. I used to use Facebook for people I actually knew, and then Instagram was just like whatever. But maybe that's what you got to do. If you'd follow me on Instagram, you would see finals all the time. Maybe that's what I got to do. I got to start following you guys on Instagram so I don't get nonsense, dude. Most TikToks are you guys are having a different experience with me than me for TikTok. I would say my TikTok is mine's a very good mix of gaming content, straight up educational content, and then some comedy, a little bit of politics, some comedy. I get an ad maybe every 10 scrolls. But the thing about ads on TikTok is you immediately know. You know in the first millisecond, your brain is just like, this is an ad. You know for the first millisecond of a TikTok that it's an ad. And then you scroll, like it doesn't even register in your brain because they're so obvious. The music hits, that like corporate friendly music hits on a TikTok ad. And you know, your brain just, you don't even think about it. Your thumb just goes. Your thumb hears the music and you're like, that's out of here. So I feel like they're not intrusive, you know? Instagram, it can be a little bit harder to tell because they'll like the brands will like pretend that they're real content, and then you realize halfway through that it's an ad. Or that trend on Instagram right now where people just vague post, where they just make weirdly vague posts to comment bait. And engagement bait and stuff like that. Oh, that's insufferable. That's the worst trend that's ever hit the internet. If I see one vague post on Instagram, I shut it down. I block whatever account is doing it and I shut it down. That is the worst trend I've ever seen, dude. And then it makes it harder to tell if it's an ad or not. I can tell if it's an ad. Yeah, from the voices. I know I do that. Listen, I make advertisements on the internet, and I know I do that. I will say it's because the brands write your scripts, or you write a script and you send it to the brand, and they change so much about it that it no longer sounds like something you would say or any real person would say. And your brain starts to use a voice that isn't yours, and then boom, now you sound like an ad. That's where that comes from, but I can't stand it. It is absolutely the worst, dude. A lot of you aren't gonna want to hear this. Oh my god, how come nobody told me about, like, shut up, dude. But again, like, those are just boilerplate brand hooks. Like, they're not. You could send a brand something that genuinely sounds like a real person speaking. It sounds like it's in the way that you speak, it's words that you use, and they'll be like, how about we try this for the hook? And it's, how come nobody told me about it? It's like, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying. Luckily, all of our brand partners are not like that. I used to, you know, like, before we worked with bigger brands, I used to work with like a lot of mobile games and stuff like that, and they were notorious for that. Now I'm quite lucky, like, we've got a lot of actually good brand partners, and so that does not happen to me very often, but it used to, that's for sure. But yeah, you're right, you hear it immediately in like the tone of voice, and it's still bad, dude. I don't know, I think, see, I've always had this theory that these platforms go through kind of like phases where they're like really organic and normal because there's no brands on the platform, and then the brands figure out that's where everybody is, and the platform just turns into brand central for a little bit, and then it goes the other way and it starts to get more organic again. Definitely happened with Instagram / is still happening with Instagram. I thought it was going to happen to TikTok, but TikTok, I don't know if it's because they got bought out by a US company and that kind of changed the algorithm, but they're like, I thought they were going to turn into like brand central, but they've actually been okay. TikTok's been better, but I've also heard that the Americans and the rest of the world have worse TikTok than the Canadians because we don't have TikTok Shop. So our TikTok is a very different platform than what you guys have. I hear the TikTok Shop posts are unbearable. I've never seen a TikTok Shop post because they don't have TikTok Shop in Canada, and so like it's just not, it's like not a factor here. So I think that might be part of it too. Maybe that's why everything feels like an ad, is you've got all these TikTok Shop, you know. Did you buy the big tractor finally? I think this is the last time we're gonna have to rent it, and then we can buy it after this. Yeah. Temu's the GOAT at ads? I never see Temu ads. Temu reaches out to me once a week to ask if I'll do an ad. I don't want to do it. But they're aggressive, dude. They must do a lot of ads. Pretty sure Canadians don't make money on TikTok, right? Not from views. No, the only place I make money on views is Facebook and YouTube. No Instagram, no TikTok. I think you can on Twitter, but I'm not actually sure about that. Where else? That's pretty much the big ones. No Threads. Not that anybody's on Threads. But yeah, you're correct. I used to get a shop ad every 10 videos. That's wild. Temu ads are AI. Oh, I've never seen these. Please, I need a Sparx Temu collab. Don't ask for it. I'm gonna get 50 emails asking for me to do it again if you say the words out loud. I don't think I want to. They also don't like have very competitive offers. They're like, we'll give you $50 of credit for Temu. I was like, oh, $50 of Temu product. Can't wait. That sounds like I could work 8 hours on a video for that. Feel very represented on this save. The only un-Canadian thing is the implement. I know. Listen, I bought a discount implement from the European manufacturer here. The European renter, I guess. Don't do Temu ads. You never know. Could be, you know, slow month on Twitch. Temu ad incoming, baby. Your guys' subs keep the Temu ads at bay, okay? That is a joke, but it's not a joke, you know? Like, although I think if I was at the point where I'm like, oh, I gotta do a $50 Temu ad to pay my bills this month, I would just go get a job. I think that would be, I would give up before that point. That'd be rough, dude. I bought a 635 Canadian expensive record last week. What the heck? Whose record was this, dude? That's crazy. Don't know if there's a mod for that, but it would be fun to do a maple syrup playthrough. There's not, but there is a game. Oh my god, I left the weeder over there. There is a game called Mombazoo, which is like My Summer Car in Canada, and you can do maple syrup farming there. I kind of want to get back into it and do a Mombazoo playthrough because it's a fun game. I was trying to decide if I want to do it on my own or on stream, but I think I want to do it on stream because it's got a decent amount of farming. It's got some driving. I'm pretty sure you can use wheel and pedals too. That's going to be the move, dude. An Iron Maiden EP promo that only came out in Japan. What the heck? That's sick, dude. I'm back. You got it, Tractor Man. I am back. All right, last pass, and then this is done. Time is it? Holy. Chat, should we go see this new DLC? I guess a new Farm Sim DLC just got announced. I haven't seen it yet. $50 at Temu will buy you a Temu Porsche GT3 RS. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, Phil. This might work on me, you know. I got a Lego one behind me. I'm good. I got my Lego one. I am okay with that being the closest to a GT3 RS I ever get. This is my Lego one. There we go. Done. All right, let's go take this back to the shop. Actually, we don't even need to. We'll do that. We'll do that tomorrow, or whenever we play next.